Episode number 136 of Tech Talk Taco takes place live in Pahrump. Where's that? Well, it doesn't matter. It's secret. And that's why you have to listen to the show and learn about, what the hell do we talk about tonight? Remember, Jimmy?
I don't know. I made fun of Canadians too much, probably.
Yeah, that's hard. Thank God they don't know where Pahrump is. They probably come down and attack, and then they realize the sun was out, and they'd want to live here the whole time. But we get into some motorcycle stuff. We talk about billet and cast and forged because I didn't know what it was last time. We got into some suspension questions, and we talked about piston ring gap, which can be a lot more complex than you think. So if you want to learn about these and more than you expected, as well as a good segment of Roosterendo, here is Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. Enjoy the show. Tech Talk Taco Tuesday is brought to you by Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech. You can also help us out by shopping through our Amazon and Rocky Mountain MC links on our website. And don't forget to check out Costa Rica Unlimited for great off-road riding and amazing places.
Hey, it's often not talked about how tough the flex handlebars are. If you're a crasher, got a little crasher in your life, try a set. You'll only ever buy one, I'm sure of it.
Oops, we're starting the show live. How's that?
On time. Killing it.
Matt says it only takes 2 buttons. Welcome to the show where we talk about dirt bikes and motorcycle-related products. This is Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. San Felipe Bob says cheers and beers to you. And we're live on the Instagrams as well. At least we're going to start live there because they don't really like us that long. Hey, did we talk about the new picture, the new artwork in the back of the show?
Oh,
or is that new? Is that new on this show, or was it there last week?
You mentioned it last week.
I mentioned it last week.
The new artwork?
The new artwork.
Yeah, no, that's new this week.
It's brand new. This is first time ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
You mentioned it. We mentioned it might be coming, but
it's coming.
well, it already went behind you.
Check it out. It's blocked out by the chat, of course. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, of course. Oh, this artwork.
Yeah, that artwork.
Oh, yeah. No, we showed it last week.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'll
we
take the
talked
browser.
about it.
There we go. Look at that.
So
There's the artwork.
Tonight, I'm standing in for his gimpy son, Jimmy Tyler.
Hey.
So it's the Jimmy and Jimmy show. So when I'm talking about Jimmy, it may not be myself.
Tale of two Jimmys.
Yeah. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Even George is in the room. I'm sure if Victor gets here in the chat room. So you're wondering how this works out. This is the show where we try to answer to the best of our ability. Evidently, I screwed up about the cast billet forged aluminum triple clamp question.
Oh, and you're going to get a lot of those in the sheet. The questions
Yeah,
that's filled with
but I didn't screw up. I was correct for the most part. I may have slipped up, and I wasn't drinking. That's why.
Pretty sober.
It's
Me
been
too.
it's been a little while now. Although it's at the Four Seasons tequila is like 2 arm lengths out of reach here, just in case of emergency. So I'm going to get back into that. We have some good questions tonight about piston ring gap, and I reached out to some experts, but I'm starting to find out that experts like to plan things. They don't like to be called 20 minutes before the show, or maybe even 6 hours before the show, and then get put on the spot. So I'm going to, if I can't answer that question properly tonight, but I did a lot of research and I have some good information, I will get one of those experts on the horn or pre-record something with them, because some of them are back east and whatnot. But I learned a lot about piston ring gap. And then in those discussions with a lot of the very smart people I communicated with, I learned a lot more that's funny. It's some of the, I would call them the guidelines that I use in my own engine building and maintenance life.
Okay.
So, which wouldn't be how I treated my new Husaberg. And if you don't know anything about my Husabergs,
Is that thing good? You been into the motor yet or what?
I'm in the motor. It was the motor. I'm in and out of the motor.
You're out, which means no parts coming, nothing. It's all
I was given the part that I needed to fix it. It came with the bike because the part that was the problem was an aftermarket part.
Oh, okay.
And so anyhow, thank you, Bobby from Woolly Cycles, for delivering that all the way from Atlanta. I'm going to blame his mechanic. is a mechanic. But it's one of those things. If you have a ton of experience with, especially KTM 4-strokes, especially with that cylinder head, you realize there's very few fail points or things that go wrong with it. It's funny because the last two bikes I bought, so this one's a 2010, 11, I don't know what year it is.
Right.
And the other one I bought was a 2020, exact same problem.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about that. When
Nothing new under the sun, right?
No, well, it's funny because I heard the tick. I started up and I made it tick, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of like cam chain, valve train. I knew the tick because I'm getting really experienced with this. Couple 1,000-hour bikes laying around here. This one's only has 120 hours on it, so it shouldn't have made that tick. But aftermarket parts, bro.
They've been playing with it, huh?
Well, it was hotted up. It was really. So I rode it for a little bit. And I said, I just went down my chain of command. So exciting show. Hey, if you're checking us out on the Instagrams right now, we are live on our YouTube channel. We're live on our Facebook channel. And then this is also, we make this as Tech Talk Taco Tuesday is on all your podcast feeds. So you can check us out there. So if you think we're boring now, just wait till later in the show. Right. Or you can go back to the even horrible or worsely produced, the ones that I did, episodes from the past where we talked
Taco
about,
shop.
Yeah, we did it at a bar live. That's how it started. So Tech Talk Tacos Tuesday started because everybody had a podcast. So I had to have one too. Because I don't want to be like 80 years old and not be able to tell everybody back, I had a podcast back when they just started cranking the thing and the disc spun on the whatchamacallit.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. And I have a voice-o-matron.
You do have a voice-o-matron.
Yeah, which everybody's, did you turn it on? Is it ready to work? Okay.
Yeah.
I figure one of these days somebody's going to tweak it and then I'm going to grab it without checking.
Yeah.
And it's going to make me sound funny.
Well,
you know what I mean? So how's your week been, Jimmy?
Not bad. Working, busy. Did a class this weekend. Fun, nice weather. Life is good.
You mean you don't get to ride motorcycles? So you're talking about like real work. You don't ride motorcycles for a living.
No, I do not.
Right.
I do not.
See,
I buy them and break them for a living and stuff like that. That's why I get a real job.
Right. That's probably better. That could be better because I fixed a weed whacker, 2 of them today. And then I weed whacked.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that. And
I just ignore those things.
And well, you probably work and have a real job, and then you get a gardener.
I don't, but I should.
Well, you have kids.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm
sick,
sick,
my
your
kids
gardener's sick.
Been sick, and it's definitely showing when you walk around my yard. It definitely shows.
So then I got to drive for 4 hours because I had to do this stupid podcast, and I had to get back because I didn't want to do it on a Zoom call because I usually screw up technology.
Oh,
and then
where were you?
I was in California.
Oh, okay.
And then I think my wife invited me to leave. I'd been home for like all of 2 days. So it was like
enough.
We got to hang out in the weekend. We rode dirt bikes, did our school, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. So, good times. So we got a few people checking us on the whatchamacallits, the
on
Instagrammy, yeah.
Okay.
So I think Trevor really handles the Instagram, and he did text me. He wants to know what time he gets to come on because he's a highly trained athlete, and he probably has a certain time he needs to eat and a certain time he needs to
Don't
sleep.
mess with his perfection
and all that stuff.
I need to get some intel on some of his training habits because I could use some like an athlete's insight.
Why don't you just come to me, buddy?
The Jimbo program is probably the best. You know how everybody started trying to sell you on their training program?
Right. I've heard about the Jimbo program.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to.
I heard it involves a sexy Acerbi shirt.
Yeah. Let me see how I make this. Hold on a second.
The Jimbo program is the best one in the whole world.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new voice.
So I like how the voice matron's going to change your voice for you, but you still change your voice anyway.
Yeah, you can't stop
because you can't. You only hear it through the headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Instagrams don't get to hear the voice matron. Yeah, it just sounds normal. But I did. That's why Matt. That's why I changed my voice.
There we go.
You just keep to your 2 buttons over there.
Hey, my 2 buttons are very important.
Hey, Tech Talk Taco Tuesday brought to you by some fine sponsors. And we enjoy their products. We use their products. And that's why we are here. And if you have the opportunity to use their stuff, don't forget that Yamaha, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company. Brand new on the show is Fasst Company. They maker of the flex handlebars, the spoke torque wrench, the impact pegs, their really trick brake clevis, the brake spring kits, and the clicker adjusters. They make a lot of really cool little things, mostly known for their flex handlebars, of course, which I have been using since they very first introduced them, which is a long time ago. And my wrists, thank you every time I ride. And people used to think they're for old people, but I tell you what, if you're a kid and you want your front forks to work better, just put a set of flex handlebars on your bike. That's all you have to do. And then it'll take out about 60% of the complaining about the fork, whether it's the initial stiffness.
Slightly cheaper than cone valves, huh?
It's a little bit cheaper than cone valves, and they go from bike to bike real quick, and they don't need to be revalved, but you can change the dampers. They help with the bottoming, like when you bottom and that impact that you get. So you don't complain about the two ends of the thing. And I find that I can run my fork a little bit stiffer, which gives me better feel for the ground. And I don't mean feel through the handlebars, but just general traction feel. The bike isn't so, I would set it up so it's a little bit wobbly. With the flex bars, I can go just a little bit stiffer, and then my bike works better. So lots of advantages to the flex bar. Of course, Yamaha is the maker of the brand new and super awesome for 22 YZ125. They asked for it back. They asked for our test bike back.
I was going to say, is that thing still around here?
But I convinced them for a little bit longer loan, and they said, why? And I said, because the piston has not come out of the exhaust port yet, so I haven't tested it enough. So you'd better get your riding time in on that. If it rained here yesterday, I wasn't here. So if it rained here, you should have been on it. I don't care.
Enough.
I don't care if you have a
Not
job.
enough.
No, it was dust coming off my tires when I drove across Dry Lake.
It didn't.
So, I'm wearing a Climb shirt today. That's all I got. That's the only Climb stuff I got to wear. No, and even yesterday I wore a Climb shirt. No riding. But I wore Climb gear all weekend. We went from like 40 degrees to 80 degrees in the course of 2 days, and I had the right gear for it. And I was wearing the Mojave vented stuff this weekend. Yeah,
we went to 90 degrees, my friend.
Oh, it was 90?
92.
Well, that's why I didn't feel it, because I was wearing the super awesome Climb gear while you guys are all sweating. I know you were wearing Climb gear, but you were wearing the wrong stuff.
No, I don't. I want Mojave. Trust me. Every couple of weeks, I hop on the website, try to find some.
Sold out, yeah. If you really want to get your Climb stuff, if you want to get it when it comes in, you call up customer service and ask them to put you on the back order list. Yeah, and they will do that for you. So Climb, tell them Jimmy Lewis sent you. They might charge you double, but they will take care of you, I promise. DDC, makers of super fine chain wheels. I need to call up Nate again because he's our first sponsor of this podcast. It's been around for a while, and I need to collect on sprockets as payment because I have some new bikes that have competitor sprockets on, and although they might be good sprockets, they're not as good as these.
I agree.
So, okay, enough sponsor reads. Now let's get into a little bit of the questions. Hey, Better Rider podcast, new one coming out Thursday.
Yep.
I mean, we need to record more. You need to be on the Better Rider podcast.
I'm in.
Yeah, you need to because you're a coach now. You got officially licensed as a coach, which, as you know, isn't easy.
We can talk about. I can tell you what not to do. I've done a lot of stuff wrong for a lot of years.
Yeah, we'll save that for the other one. So if you want,
that's what I mean.
If you want to learn how to become a better rider, this is going to make your bike better. But the best modification for your motorcycle, bar none, is to put a better rider on top of it. And that's what we try to do on that other podcast. So check that out. It's on the podcast platforms. We're only up to episode 4. But again, when I'm 80 years old, like Bob is, how old are you? 85 or 90?
Yeah,
somewhere there. When you're that age, and I think I just woke him up by calling his name out, you can say that I will be able to say that I had a podcast back when it was cool.
You had 2.
2 of them. Yeah. And then you can always support us by clicking through our Amazon and Rocky Mountain MC links on our website. That's right. You can get anything you need for your motorcycle, even our non-sponsored stuff for your motorcycle at Rocky Mountain MC. And you can buy a super awesome Amazon pipe for your CRF 230 on Amazon. Click through the link and we get a small slice of that. And I need to do an update on that pipe because actually someone from a big pipe manufacturer that I talk to every once in a while said, is that plastic end cap still holding up? Because believe it or not, they've actually thought about doing this. Yamaha has a plastic end cap. Did you know this?
No.
On their bikes now?
On a stock bike?
On their 2-strokes.
Oh.
The end cap's plastic.
You know, I'm an idiot for not checking that bike out better, actually.
Yeah. I didn't know it either. But it's actually it's not a metal end cap. So I guess the Amazon companies, the Chinese, beat us to that with the plastic. He was asking how it held up, and I'm like, well, it's not really connected to anything, and it's that part of that pipe where it's bolted on doesn't get hot. So we test a lot of weird stuff here. So you can learn a thing or two every once in a while. And if you have questions, you know what? If we get a question on I will go straight to the question on the Instagrams.
Just say, excuse me.
Start the question with excuse me.
Yeah, that was last time.
That was a trick. If the first question, if you're on Instagram watching us right now, and you have a question that you can't get answered about your motorcycle, I'll answer the first one. We'll take the first one live right here, and then hopefully the answer will be right, and then you'll run out in the garage and fix your bike, and we can help it. But I don't think people on Instagram type that much. They just take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They do type, but just keep in mind, I can't see that chat. So
I'll handle this over here. I can multitask.
Understand? Got it. Because I'm preoccupied with my 2 buttons.
Yeah. Hey, Costa Rica Unlimited is also another sponsor of this show. And if you want to go to Costa Rica and go riding, they just released their schedule. So check out their website, Costa Rica Unlimited.
That looks fun.
Well, especially it's just because it's Costa Rica. It's an awesome country. When I was down there, I had a really good time. I was more enthralled by the body.
You
surfing.
can have a really good time down there.
Yeah, I like body surfing. That was
there ain't no rules down there.
Yeah, and then there's no rules. Yeah, you can ride your dirt bikes, and it's kind of like Pahrump.
It's a free country. Yeah,
except they have a really nice beach break right out.
Yeah, a little
thing.
Less chalky dirt right there too. It looks like to me.
As soon as we have a really good earthquake that they're going to have in California, this will be beachfront property. That's why I moved here. Yeah. Everybody asks,
my dad was talking about that.
Yeah,
50 years ago.
Why the hell did you move to Pahrump? Because it's going to be beachfront one day. Okay. I haven't seen the. People are starting to follow us. On the Instagrams, but no questions. So
I reached an Instagram milestone, by the way. So
5 followers.
I've gained 15 followers in the last week.
Right,
but I had an Instagram reel hit 10,000 views.
Oh,
yeah.
What? Oh, the one of you doing the over the log at the school.
Yeah,
I told you not to post.
You didn't tell me not to post that one.
You would have got 100,000 if you would have just crashed. And you would have gone. You would have gone to sub 400,000. I'm sure.
If you went Larry Loop out, it would have.
Yeah.
No, Larry Loop out or crashing would have been good. But if you would have had a girl with what do they call those things? I'm a motorcycle guy.
I should just put with strippers in the title. Whatever the title is, just end it with strippers, and then I just have like if it's a minute-long video, 59 seconds is just dirt bikes, and the last second is just a PNG image of a stripper. Matt
riding over logs with strippers, and then it would have probably at that time gone quite a bit more. So
yeah. We know how to cheat the algorithm here at Dirt Bike Test.
So I don't know if we're getting. I don't think we're getting any questions. Oh, here we go. I got it. Oh, what are your thoughts? Here we go. What are my thoughts on the Yamaha EPS? That's the electronic steering damper.
We actually had another question in the regular chat about this too.
And you know what Jimmy forgot to do?
Look into it.
I forgot to do my research. People sent me links and stuff. I went down a little bit more of a rabbit hole looking at the new Can-Am electric bike and their patents.
Huh?
I
didn't know that.
And I thought Harley Davidson bought Alta. But
evidently, I don't think they did.
They were going to, right?
Yeah. They purchased
BRP purchased the intellectual property or something, correct?
I think Alta was like betting on the come with Harley buying them, and then Harley went, whatever.
Livewire. Yeah, we got our own thing. Mm-hmm. So somehow there's some.
But I think they knocked them out by doing it, kind of like let them think that it was coming, so they kind of went all in on that. I think. Yeah, smart move, really.
So it was I was kind of like just poking around looking at some of their patents and trying to figure out what they're doing. And then I actually realized I needed to contact some other people, ask some questions about some other things. And I used my mobile office while I was driving today. I just had the phone going and trying to learn about ring end gap and electric bikes and supply chain issues and mufflers and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know when I'm going to call Trevor, probably like after the break, right after I do my Yamaha EPS thing. So Woodsboro, I hear that the technology on that Yamaha thing is pretty good. When it was pointed out to me, it was pointed out to me by someone who knew a little bit more about it. And they also said, I think this is great for street bikes, but not sure how it would work for dirt bikes. And in my honest opinion, at some point, autonomous dirt bikes are going to come. And sure. I think this is, so, you're like self-driving car. This is part of your self-driving motorcycle. And there's probably some patent things inside of it that, so they can start introducing it as a steering damper device. And I'll look at it a little bit closer and see what I think. But, hey, I'm always excited about kind of new technology. I think it might be a little bit on the heavy and big side for the current trend in where dirt bikes are going. And I'm pretty happy with how my analog Scott's steering stabilizer does.
Is that what it is? Is a dampener
job?
Or is it a power steering? What the hell is it? I mean, it's
power assist steering, but it can also dampen steering. And I think it probably has it has the ability to do a lot of different stuff.
Huh. Yeah. So maybe they could tweak geometry angles. What would be a little harder to steer? So maybe you could get like some better turning and some more straight line stability.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't alter the steering geometry.
No, but I mean ultimately maybe where that goes.
Oh,
could that be it?
Ooh.
So you get a little bit, because you kind of give one when you get one.
You would call it like active handling. So
yeah.
Imagine putting your steering head on a pivot and you'd be able to adjust it in a a or adjust it out.
Maybe, because it always seems like if you get some straight line stability in a bike, you give up a little.
We got to patent that.
Little tight cornering, right?
Matt, get to the patent office. You're the smart one.
I'll work on it.
File it.
I'll get my people on it.
Yeah. So that is what I know about that just yet.
Good
so
idea.
Thanks, Woodsboro. I'll do my research and we'll answer it in the second half of the show. I'll use instead of using like I usually do, use my commercial break to do a little excessive drinking. I will actually do research now that I don't do the other thing. Okay, what's question number 1?
All right, let's see.
So if you wonder how you can ask us questions on this show, probably the best thing is to comment on the YouTube comments. You can do it in the chat. Send us an email. It's pretty easy to find our emails. They're not that difficult. What else can you do? We need to get a
pigeons
phone line. We need to get back the phone line like we did back in the old days. I fired the guy that did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay.
All right. Bill Hall, surely you've had experience with chain torque. Can you share what it is and when do you typically feel it? Have you ever run a titanium chain? If so, did it help? I don't think that the factory teams in Supercross or MX use them. I know such an item would be very expensive.
Is there such a thing as a titanium motorcycle chain?
Sure, now, somebody's tried it.
Titanium doesn't have the right characteristics as a metal to work very well as a chain, I would guess. It's a little brittle, is it?
I don't think it's tough enough.
It's not tough enough.
Tough enough. You did
get
pretty bulky to get.
Yeah, I would. I mean, for the weight, the thick, it'd be. No, I've never run a titanium chain that I know of. I've had titanium parts in a drivetrain before.
Yeah.
And they didn't last very long, and it was in a test situation, and they instantly stopped. They didn't last very long. So what would be?
What's he mean by chain torque? I've experience with chain torque and
so yeah. So that's essentially two different questions.
Yeah.
So I think that yes, I feel chain torque. I think everybody feels chain torque, and chain torque is what actually propels the motorcycle. but he's talking about the effect of the torque based on
like squatting the bike a little bit?
It like squats the bike to a certain thing or stiffens the suspension at other times. And it depends on where the swing arm is. And that's why like on the motorcycle, that's why swing arm angle is actually pretty critical, because it affects the way that the bike rides. And I think they ideally, like when the bike is in its, I would say, I wouldn't say totally, like if you look at the swing arms, when the chain kind of comes up and runs across the top of the swing arm, it's like a lever point that's different from just the counter shaft. And that's why there was these chain torque elimination devices, something that ATK Horse used to make at ATK. And the idea was to take that out, and it really worked on some stuff and it made the bike horrible on other things. Okay. So some of the things that you were used to doing, like, like if you're going to bottom out and you're going to land and you get on the gas really hard,
it up.
It kind of stiffens it up. It does two things. It stiffens it up, but also pushes it forward instead of it just landing straight to the earth. That acceleration helps. Yeah. But at some point, that tugging on the chain binds the suspension a little bit. So yeah, you feel it all the time. And yeah, I've had experience with it. Good experiences and bad both. Yeah, it's not really something that can be adjusted that much. On my little mini bike, on one of my XR100 race bikes that I built back in the day, I had what I called a chain torque suppressant, and it wasn't a chain torque eliminator because of the way we had to put the engine in the chassis, the swing arm angle was a little bit too steep, and the swing arm and the countershaft sprocket was a little bit too low and kind of far forward, which
probably trying to get the bike
change a little
taller.
bit. So it would actually, to a certain point, it would actually eliminate it. Oh, don't! It's allowed right now.
Not me.
It's birthday.
It's a cat's birthday, right? That's what we decided. So it would run on this chain roller, so it would eliminate the torque, and then it would lift off, and then you'd get it back. So it was good for the braking bumps, the chop, the acceleration bump, but then it would still work a little bit when you bottomed out.
Interesting.
So yeah. That's the chain torque. Bob has a comment.
No, Horst's chain torque eliminator just made the chain a parallelogram.
Yeah.
So there was no torque reaction.
Yeah. So that's the old, check it out. Check out an ATK motorcycle and check out they actually and they went even more nuts. They were like Cannondale before there was Cannondale. They actually put the rear brake on the countershaft sprocket. On the old ATKs.
Oh.
So you learn something almost every day.
Yeah, I bet that didn't work well.
It did and it didn't. It was lighter, less unsprung weight, less complication on the back of the swing arm, but it was really easy to overheat that thing.
Yeah, there you go.
You can tell on that cat's like a little jealous. She's like, what the heck? Well, we tried everything to make this show popular, and we've just now given up. But we're going back to putting cats on the internet.
What up, Selma?
Yeah, nothing like having a little pussy on your show. Yeah,
who doesn't love that?
So, okay,
all right.
Now you're on TV. If I told you you're on TV, you'd be like Bob, and then you'd probably get all panicky and stuff. So, here, say bye to YouTube. Say bye to Instagram. We're going to sign off of Instagram right now because I don't think they like really long videos. So say bye, Selma. You're probably going to get all the likes and not me. Do you have to see like the thumbs up go flying across the screen on this thing?
Normally, yeah.
Normally?
So.
Yeah, nobody's thumbs up. Here, you can look at her butt. Oh. Bye, Instagram.
She got a moose in?
And now, she gave him a little love circle. Yep.
She's a star.
Okay, what's our next question? Did we answer that question successfully?
Yeah, I think we did.
So.
Yeah, went off the rails.
Yeah.
Like usually.
Kevin Wivoda. Jimmy, the KTM service manual states that the ring end gap can be no greater than 15 thousandths of an inch. 2013 and 17 XCW manuals. I have all new pistons, rings, and replated cylinder. My ring gap is 20 thou. Out of spec according to KTM, but not Vertex or Pro X.
So what piston, Kevin? Is he on? He's often in the chat, I think.
I believe he is.
So what piston is it that you're using? And so this is the one that caused me to go down piston ring gap rabbit hole. And I talked to a lot of people, some of them smarter than me, way smarter.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do,
as
actually.
Who's right? I assume it's the piston maker that's right.
You are exactly right.
Yeah.
So you need to follow the recommendations of the manufacturer of the piston and the rings. So if that's your OE piston and rings, use theirs. And if it's an aftermarket piston you're putting in there, whether it's Vertex or Wiseco or Pro X or whatever, use theirs. Generally, they are they're built to fit. I mean, it's like they know what the diameter of the bore is supposed to be, and they build the ring accordingly. Sure. So that is often why you send your piston and hopefully rings
to the machinist,
to the guy who's doing your replating or your boring, so that it can all be done, because they will look at that number, or oftentimes they know that number, and then they set it according to what that is. Hopefully, that's the way it should be done. And so here's the question is like, so why is ring gap so important? Why would it change from one to the other? Because the company that manufactures the piston and the rings understands how their materials react and expand.
How they grow.
And it has a lot to do with the design of the ring and how it seals and the thickness of the ring and the amount of material there and how much, just because certain materials, I thought maybe if like a thicker ring might expand more because of more friction, but they said no, it's just more material. So heavier rings, more material tend to expand a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay.
Is what I was told. I was told by my petroleum expert that when people make a problem with the piston and the ring, like they don't pay attention to the gap or they don't coat the cylinder right, they blame the oil.
Sure.
Yeah. He says they blame the oil.
You didn't put a new filter on it.
Yeah.
Sand in there.
Or just the brand of the oil. Or and then a lot of times when maybe the recoater of the cylinder doesn't do it properly, they always blame the piston guy or the oil guy, and then, so it's just like this endless cycle of it's not my fault. And we even kind of started learning about some guys that back in the day, it was like you get the piston and they think, oh, like less ring gap is like less, that's blow by and all this other stuff. So they would actually take a ring, and this is the interesting one, a ring from a overbore, and then file it down a little bit to get the
smallest side of the tolerance.
Yeah, and or even less.
Yeah, or less.
And and then this is where we really started talking about all this stuff. So this like, oh, this is the hot tip. This is the secret that you need to do. Oversized ring and then file it down. Well, the worst thing you could ever have have your ring gap close.
Nope, you don't want them touching
because that does catastrophic. That is very, very quick, very catastrophic type of failure. Very sticky situation inside of your cylinder, which no oil can solve.
Yeah.
And then if you actually took this ring that was actually, they're supposed to be a perfect circle like your cylinder, and it's actually for a slightly larger perfect circle, and now you file it down. Now you have a ring that's probably not going to seat up against the cylinder walls. And you talk about that little bit of opening in that gap, and now you've probably made a much bigger gap in total around the circumference of the rings.
Sure.
So that trick, and it's like, so this is what so when we're getting at, I think Kevin is kind of more concerned about, hey, this gap might be too big. Should I worry about it?
He's worried about a sloppy gap. Yeah, which
you should be worried about a sloppy gap. But if it's within the gap that's suggested by the manufacturer of the piston and the ring, I think you're okay. Wouldn't stress. Don't worry about the one that KTM specs. Worry about the one that your piston manufacturer specs. And he said his was. Did he say Vertex or he didn't say?
He didn't say out of spec according to KTM, but not Vertex or Pro X.
Yeah. So we got to figure out what actually
meaning
what he's using. So it's non-stock, or
he's either using a Vertex or a Pro X.
Maybe if he is using a stock piston and it's too big, then that is a problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, not as much.
Yeah, if he's using a stock KTM, then.
But too much gap is not as much of a problem as too little. of a gap, and the manufacturers tend to err on the side of being a little bit safe.
Yeah.
Correct. But, and everybody's like looking for this little edge of performance. I would be more worried about making sure that you're just within standard and you're doing it right than doing it. So something tricky.
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine and Big Johnny's. He thought when he set the ring gap, he bent the ring when it was freestanding to get to the 10,000ths. Well, you can imagine, rather than in the cylinder. He started bending it until
it held
it's at rest. Until it sat there at rest with 10,000.
Wait, Big John did this?
No.
Okay.
A mutual friend of ours.
A mutual friend. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna have a feel.
We didn't.
To it,
yeah. So don't do that, guys. Yeah. That's misinterpreting how to set a ring gap.
And so how you measure the ring gap is you take the ring, and I usually turn it 90 degrees of cylinder, slide it in there and straighten it out, put it in there, and then I run the piston up in there and get it all nice and level.
So it's level.
And then check it at a couple places during the bore, and
feeler gauge the gap.
Yeah, feeler gauge the gap so the cylinder is holding the ring in compression. But and then you measure the gap there. But on most modern bikes, like you should probably not have to. I
almost quit checking.
I hardly check.
I don't check.
I usually drop them. I always drop them in.
I eyeball them and I go, yep.
So I drop them into the if it's a new cylinder, I always do. Like if
something done to the cylinder, sure.
But it's usually been done at the guy already did it. But I always do it just to be sure. But I always check them when I'm putting them into an old cylinder to find out, hey, is my cylinder worn out? Because I know this ring isn't because it's brand new. Or I like to drop my old ring back in and I drop a new ring on top of it and just look, it's just something you do. But most of the days you just buy parts in the box, take them out, put them in the motor.
Yep. That's been forever since I've had to file one or anything.
That's why it's hard to find engine builders, a true engine builder. Someone that knows.
We live in an R&R world. I mean, you just had a cylinder and a head done, and it's like, what? A new cylinder's a few $100 more than getting one done. That's where we're at.
Yep.
And if you wanted to go to a Chinese one, you could have done it cheaper than any machinist,
Yeah.
Like if you were just flipping the bike or whatever.
And Chris Reel, who also helped me out with some of this information, is in the chat. And he said, match the ring to the piston. So in other words, make sure that you're using a piston and a ring from the same manufacturer. Because
basically what
groove. There's some pistons have flat, they're flat rings, and some are angled, and some have different locator pins on the two strokes or different shapes and sizes and all kinds of stuff. So good question, Kevin. Appreciate that one. I learned a lot about, just, what are you really trying to accomplish? Like how much do you need? Are we talking? And I was trying to get a hold of some really high level race engine builders. I used to know one, but guy went and died on me. Actually, a lot of the race guys, a lot of the guys I used to talk to that knew this stuff all died. So
they're selfish. They don't care about the show.
Well, some of them are old too, and they've just been doing it for a long time. And then some of them are young and they got sick. But so we were talking I guarantee you on a Formula One engine, the ring end gap is very, very critical. In fact, I know that you can't just start a Formula One engine up when it's cold.
No.
They have to be heated. They have to be preheated.
They'll cold seize.
Yeah. They'll preheat it.
Which I think is something that happens when you get too small of a
ring gap.
Is a cold seizure, right?
Yeah, well, just the tolerances are so tight in there.
That it grows.
And so I was talking to people that knew about this, and they said
the cylinder's got to grow at a certain rate
Well, we started talking about break-in and other stuff like that, and they go in this day and age, and especially with four strokes, they're more worried about the cam surfaces than they are the ring gap. Just for
sure
interesting.
Yeah, there's very little horsepower to be made there, but
a lot more in up in the cam and the way that stuff works. And then they started talking about we started about break-in, and they're like, I'm more worried about break-in, the bearings in the bottom end break-in,
than we are the cylinder wall,
piston, which everybody thinks is the really important thing. It's no, the way that the bearings break in, that's more heat cycles were more important for the bearings
than they are for
than they are for the
like
upper
setting rings and stuff, huh?
Right. So,
There
was something else that was like a hot topic about something that's like that's not the talking point. The talking point was you're talking about something that's like an ether and you can't change it. So, okay, next question.
Ivaca KX 450 cast versus billet clamps. I'll give a better answer. No, because if you ain't Q Pro, you won't feel the difference. The guys above can't give a straight answer because fear of losing sponsors. There must be a part 1 to this, but
so anyway, so we somehow we had a question about cast versus billet triple clamps. And I
don't like billet.
And then did Trevor put that?
Yeah, he made a little nugget. Yeah, Trevor's been really good about that.
Trevor made a nugget from the show, and this is so these are the comments that we got. So he and this guy evidently, I've got a KX 250. I've got a KX 450. Says that I didn't give a straight answer. I don't have any sponsors for triple clamp, so I need a triple clamp sponsor so I can give a shitty answer. I was kind of I remember doing that, and I got confused between cast, billet, and forged. And I mean, I know what they are. I know my KTM XCWs stock have cast triple clamps. On the 6 days and on my Husaberg, they're machined from billet or forged, and I didn't know which one. They're machined from billet.
From billet, yeah.
And I was like going, that's what they look like, but forged ones look very similar. So a lot of times they'll forge it and then machine it.
Yeah, and make it.
And to give it the machined. So I don't know. So that's the thing is I don't know that they're machined from billet. I think they might be forged and then machined. They have a machined finish off of a forged piece.
On the 6 days?
On some of the ones. I think that's what it is. So your XC.
It's not a 6 day. So it has cast clamps.
Oh, your XC has cast. No, I think they're forged.
Shit, I don't know.
See, now you feel like me. It's like, yeah, I have that bike. And so here's where it goes. The direction is like the question was more about how they performed. Yeah. Or could I feel it?
I believe so.
Because I'm a pea in a pod.
The princess and the pea.
I'm the princess and the pea.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can feel a front disc rotor cover, but only the billet aluminum ones that clamp to the forks. And now there's a big discussion that's going to go on forever about that because I'm a really sensitive son of a bitch. And Bob's raising his hand, so we have to take his question because we're polite.
Did you ask Ray about?
Did I ask Ray?
The forge versus.
No, I didn't get to Ray.
If you got a triple clamp sponsor,
to whether they are cast or forged or the difference.
In both.
Yeah, I could ask him that. So
there's a
Ray should watch this show. He should be on this show. Ray should come on to this show, but I think he's probably. I don't know.
Yeah, if you got a triple clamp sponsor out there, you have them for the weirdest bikes got clamps out there. Like all your performance bikes have pretty much stock clamps that I can tell. I'm sure not all of them, but the weird TTRs and the 230s and you'll find triple billet clamp or aftermarket clamps on some of the weirdest bikes.
My TTR 125 and my factory XR 100 race bike.
Definitely those got clamp. But
those are factory.
There's a lot of weird bikes out there with clamps on
there. They're applied clamps that I had custom made. Applied used to make you custom triple clamps. Yeah, you could ask for different offsets, and I asked.
Those are billet.
Those for sure were billet. So I asked for basically XR 100 triple clamps that fit CR80 forks. There's drill bigger holes in them, because I've done that before. I honed out.
You get 1 more mil in there?
No, they were CR 125 clamps that I put on an XR80 because I got some old conventional CR 125 forks and I put them on this XR80. And I don't know, the clamp was off an XL 350 and they were metal. They weren't even aluminum. And I somehow honed them. I don't even remember what I did to get those forks in there, but I basically mostly bent them. Sure. This is what you do when you're 14, 15 years old.
And got a grinder. Yeah. And got a rotary tool.
I've gotten a little bit better since then.
We're gonna go to Bob or
go. Bob has another very important comment for the show. We're thinking about getting him a microphone, but I think we're gonna get him a camera, the Bob cam.
We're gonna get it both. Yeah.
Both. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Matt's gonna work on that. We can hook it up. We actually, you know what we need to do is get that webcam that's really shitty that I have.
Yeah.
And just plug it in and Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yes, Bob. And you stole my prop
Can
for
we make
Takamoto.
them like those crime scene shows?
Are you pouring? It's in your hand right now, so that means you stole it. I need that over here because I need to talk about that at some point. Are you water bonging with that thing? No. You're not water. What are you doing with it? You're not sitting on it, I hope. Yeah.
Can we do like with Bob, get a Bob cam where we tile him out like they do on the crime scene shows?
Oh, where he's actually,
he's like the FBI agent guy that he's got the tiles and the voice that's changed. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
We could give him the voice of
and then he's totally anonymous.
I could give him the voice of Metron, and then we have the black.
Make him like a bigger deal than he is.
We'll just keep the lights really bad over there. Or maybe just make him wear a bag, put a bag over his head, because I think it'd be more our style, because all the other stuff sounds like
the tiles sound.
I think that's how you get kicked off YouTube, if he has a bag over his head.
Oh, we won't do like what we did to the other guests.
Right.
Hey, this is the coolest product right now on Takamoto, and it's this little funnel. And Takamoto sponsors our Rooster Endo segment. And if you're wondering what Rooster Endo is, that's where you send us a picture of your bike or a video, like one Ricky Brabeck.
Yep.
Evidently sent a video.
Another submission. Yes.
Yeah. Another video submission. I can't wait to see what this is. Actually, I'll tell the story later.
Okay.
Because it's really bad. It's going to make people hate me for what I was offered and what I decided not to do.
You decided not to do it.
This you don't know what it is yet. This is the funnel that screws into your KTM thing. Screws in, and then it's so easy to pour the oil in. You can't get an orange one because I got the last one and those are sold out, but he's got more coming.
Nice.
And but I think you can get the blue one.
I think that see the vent, that's got to work cool. I've never seen that before.
It's got the vent. Yeah, this is it doesn't.
A breather's a better word for that.
Yeah, it doesn't bubble up in your face or anything like that. And
especially when you're pouring on.
And you can leave it there for like 20 minutes after you're done.
Transmission oil,
and it all drains out. Really cool. So one of the things you can get at Takamoto.com, and when we like your Rooster Endo bike, when we decide that it roosts or endos to our satisfaction, you can win a $100 gift certificate from Takamoto. That's www.takamoto.co for almost everything you need for especially your KTM or Husky EXC or FE dual sport bike. That funnel is made in Canada. Is made in Canada. Canada is that 2 exclamation points?
Yeah, I guess.
It looks like Crandall. Canada.
Looks like Canada.
Trevor James Sheehan. If it's Canadian friends are watching, ATK is the company. AKT is the company. Yeah. We were looking we were trying to figure out what the logo was because it's hard to see.
AKT.
AKT, yeah. So
Canada.
So this is made by little beady guys that live underground.
Yeah, they use it. Actually, it started out as pouring maple syrup into the transmissions. Yeah. They use it for maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
They can't get enough of that stuff.
Hey, thanks for Trevor. Thanks for have him send more. Actually, we should give some of these away.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Didn't we give a shirt away last week?
Made out of the same stuff a hockey puck's made out of.
I think we tried to, but no one wanted it.
I got an email.
Oh, for somebody to get a shirt?
Yeah.
Did you send it to them?
I didn't send it to them.
Then we haven't given away a shirt from last week.
I think,
but we need to.
I think we need to. Yeah.
Okay. Let's fix that need.
Yeah.
100% pure recycled hockey pucks
before the show.
Okay.
We gotta do something with them up there.
Hey, let's take a question. We're going to take a question from the chat room just because I see it right up there. Joe Dougie. What does he want to know? That's where.
Oh, Joe Dougie. Hey, Jimmy. The comparison between a Beta 350 race edition. They don't make a 350, but
Beta does. Yeah, they do. They make a 350, a 390, a 490, a 520. They make a lot of different displays.
I know they do, but I didn't think they made anything as rounded off as a 350. My bad then. I know they make a 380.
You got to finish the question. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's on the edge of their seat.
KTM Husky Gas Gas 350. Looking for insight on those bike. Thanks. And no, none of them will have huge front discards.
Okay, because that could
the Beta versus the Austrian ones.
350. Joe, so I have not ridden a Beta 350 for a few years now, and so I can't comment specifically in Beta, but I will tell you that Beta is kind of, I would call it conservative to make crazy updates over time. But the Beta 4-strokes I have ridden since I rode the 350, the fuel injection has become better and better and better. And this is a big thing because the thing that their 350 suffered from before was kind of a little bit quirky fuel injection. And if that is sorted out, the 350 motor, and you could probably go on dirt bike tests, and there's probably a test of one of those bikes. I know there was a test of a 390 at some point, or at least a review of it.
390, that's it.
And in reality, if I was going to buy the Beta, I would get the 390.
I rode the 390. It's an awesome motor.
I would not get the 350. If you get a 390 race edition, that would be really good. Actually, even if you get
I rode one of those.
A standard 390, it's a 400, and I think a 400 is such a much better size than a 350. And KTM is doing everything they can to make their 350 into a 400. And
it don't fit a class. Why don't they just make a 400?
without changing the displacement.
Yeah, because they got it. Yeah, I get it.
Meant to say there. It doesn't have the finished quality. The Beta does not have the finished quality of a KTM. It's an Italian bike, and versus an Austrian bike, which is, there's just a little bit of finished quality that is there. Some stuff about it is better. Like, I love the way the seat comes off with the push of a button.
The forks.
You don't like the forks?
Love the forks on Beta. I love them.
You're so screwed up. You hate your KTM forks, which I love. And then now are you talking about the Sachs forks on the Beta?
No, the
KYB ones.
He's talking about the race edition.
Yeah,
that has the KYB.
Actually, the Sachs forks aren't as bad as people give them they need to break in.
No, I rode those too.
They need to break in, as
good as the KYB,
and they definitely need to have the oil level. They need to be broken in. They need to be serviced, and then you need to set the oil level correctly, which is typically very high on the range scale. And then the forks work really good. The shocks, the shock used to have fading issues. I think they were relying on the valving a little bit too much, and I think they fixed that with a Sachs shock. I don't know. They even in the back they still have a Sachs shock on the race editions, correct? They don't.
Yes.
Yeah. And those have been a lot better in the past. So it's,
all of them have Sachs on the rear.
They're not bad bikes. Let's put it that way. I mean, if I was sitting there, if I could, I would take either, honestly. It's an either or. And,
definitely.
If KTM sponsored the show, I might say, just get the KTM. Or if Beta sponsored the show, I would say you should get the Beta. Mm-hmm. And Yamaha doesn't make a 350, so I can't say Yamaha because Yamaha does sponsor the show. And if you are in the market for a 4-stroke, you should listen to what Jimmy's going to read.
Jimmy says, for motocross riders driven to dominate, the Yamaha YZ line of 4-stroke bikes are built for victory. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today and explore what's new and improved for 2022. The YZ450F and the YZ250F bring the performance power 4-stroke engine, reduced unsprung weight, and new suspension settings. For the look of a full factory ride, both YZ450F and 250F come with an exclusive Monster Energy race edition.
350, you need a 450.
Yeah, these 450s are fast. They jump. Big. And you can take precision tunability to the next level with Yamaha exclusive and industry's only free power tuner app, which is
let me let you in on a little secret. That power tuner can tune your Yamaha 450 into a 350. It's a secret, but you could do it.
I think I did do that with mine just for fun, and you can really, really take a lot of power out of that. Yeah. I mean, you can also make it a fire breather too.
Yeah, you can do both.
But you can really surprisingly take a lot of power out of it. I couldn't believe it. Find your Yamaha YZ and enter the victory zone. Do it now.
Yeah. So, Joe, you should just get a Yamaha. Like how I just turned that into an ad read. I am wrong. Beta does make a 350. Jesse, thanks for admitting you're wrong. It's so nice to know that there are people like you.
Jesse doesn't know anything, does he?
Oh,
wait, I didn't know they did either.
Okay.
All right.
Next question.
You know, I probably should have thrown this in. This guy explains what's the difference between cast. Well, I'll read it. Cast is a liquid metal. We're talking about triple clamps, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. We're back to cast versus
cast is a liquid metal poured into a mold. Forged is a heavy press that stamps out the part in a single piece of the metal. And billet is a machine CNC out of a single billet piece of metal. For the love of God, LOL.
Right, because that's because he was right. I sounded confused. And so I actually did some research, and while Bob was trying to explain something like that, but he made it way more confusing. That's like when you need to really
I know they've gotten pretty good at disguising cast parts.
Yeah.
As billet through machining and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you said, the 6 days, I don't know what they are.
You can cast it. You can also cast
and machine it.
And so in my research, because when I don't know something, I go look around, and I went and looked at different sources to get. And I went to the internet, which is kind of scary. And I had to disqualify some of the quote information I got because it was either incorrect or explained poorly. So it was what I learned from this, and this is kind of the gist of the original question was, can you feel what's the difference? Can you feel the difference? And it transmits a little bit of a different feel to the rider. The triple clamps depend on how they're machined or made or materials and so cast is exactly right. They're pouring that into a mold. And what's more important than the fact that it's cast is the shape or the pattern is more important.
Yeah, you look under cast and there's a lot of thought gone into bracing and stuff.
And in sometimes cast can be more strong than forged and or billet, just based on the design of the part. And so it's kind of, I think it's more like a little bit more like on the motorcycle side, on the triple clamp side of things, it's a little bit more about the looks of it.
99.99% of clamps are bought because of the cool color they are.
Yeah, and we went off on the tangent talking about the bikes that I had. Remember, well, we talked about my BBR clamps that are tall on my T-chair.
Yeah, and I mean,
and most of my other bikes have stock triple clamps, and I have some like pro circuit clamps on one of my KTM 500s, and then I've tried some of I went through a battery. I tried like 4 or 5 different clamps on a KTM 450 not long ago when the I don't know if it was X-Trig, when the ones that had the individual 2 little bands around there and one bolted on one side and one bolted on the X-Trig ones. And then I had tried some Ride Engineering ones that did something like that, where they kind of cut a groove into them and all these different things. And they simply changed the feel a little bit. Better or worse, it kind of depended on
what you were looking for,
what I was looking for. And you know what's funny? You want to know what makes more of a difference? Is I actually
tire pressure.
Tire pressure. Yeah. Check your tire pressure. That's a good one. I found that I actually was doing some triple clamp testing, and I put flex bars on. I couldn't tell anymore.
Oh no. Yeah.
I couldn't.
I get it.
Because the bars took out that the ones that were stiffer. You actually didn't notice it. And one of the very first things I said when I tested the flex bars was they make bad forks good. There was a couple bikes. There was a couple bikes at the time. There was some aluminum frames that were really stiff, and they had kind of stiff forks. And all of a sudden, I didn't care. They used to bug me, and all of a sudden, I didn't care. So,
I can tell you, some of the mini bikes, the 85s, 65s, Japanese, they could use them simply because little tip overs, and they got a single bolt at the top, and the KX, the Yamahas. I don't know about the new Yamaha actually, but
KTM's.
They could use the KTM's come with a
real good
set of clamps. But like the Cowie tips over and the front tire is
because they slip.
Just don't. Yeah, they slip very easy.
Oh, huh. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's.
Have you even you're talking even when you think it's torqued or maybe even torqued a little
definitely
extra?
Torqued right. Yeah,
torqued right.
It doesn't. I mean, any one of them will twist when you crash, but it doesn't take much on. It's too little, in my opinion.
I'm trying to think, and here's the interesting thing is that when most of the when I talk about all the different bikes I ride, most of the ones that I've ridden, when I've ridden all the different ones, were prepped at they were always prepped at the manufacturer. They were essentially perfect stockers. And you wonder, because I haven't experienced it to the level you're talking about, like noticing that they slip more.
Every time you rode 85, you probably never crashed it, right?
Oh, an 85.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Single pinch.
Yeah, single pinch.
I thought I heard you say single pinch, but anyhow.
Some of those 85s could use clamps. Just
interesting. The bikes that I seem to have my clamps on are all mini bikes.
They are.
That's strange how I did that. Yeah.
Conventional forks and things like that have them out there.
Okay. Well, I was going to say on the bigger bikes, I didn't notice the twisting so much, but I'm saying, I wonder if they went to the level of really making sure that the clamping surfaces were all clean inside. Because I've actually put forks back together that had just been the suspension shop, and they still had the oil on them. I clamped them in there, and all of a sudden it's like,
no doubt.
Damn, I tipped over once, and it's out. And I torque everything all the time. It's one of the few times I do.
I torque forks.
I would say 65% of the time I pull the torque wrench out for those. Although I'm pretty good at wristing it, to the thing.
Care.
So, okay, do we have a question come through on the chat there, Matt?
We've actually had quite a few chat questions, but I believe it might be time for a commercial break.
No, we're going to finish these questions that we have in this sheet.
Mike Burnett wouldn't let that dude back on the show.
If it were me, I wouldn't let that guy on the show again. Yeah. Is that me? Am I the guy on the show? Or
I think so.
Or who else was on the show? Logan?
I think George.
George was on the show.
I think.
So he's talking about George.
I believe so.
Because I'm the host.
I missed all this.
If I wasn't on the show, then there'd be no show. So he's talking about that guy.
Unless it's me and I'm hosting and you're on a Zoom call.
No, it was the triple clamp was like 2 shows ago. So that was George.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Logan was last show. We should just blame Logan. He's not here.
Yeah.
George is in the chat.
That guy.
He's a little self-conscious now that his logo's not on the thing. We don't have any more money.
Yeah.
We're all broke. I might have to drink during the break.
Oh, I can answer this next question.
Okay.
Soilsman ADV. Who had ever broken a triple clamp? Mako is fantastic 1981 reference. LOL, I love this show. David Pingree.
What, does he not like Makos?
Who?
David Pingree.
No, he just famously broke.
Yeah.
I mean,
he snapped the steering stem.
Yeah.
It wasn't the triple clamp.
No, I think it was the clamp.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I think it was the clamp.
He probably doesn't even know. He wouldn't even know what it was called, but he'd make a joke out of it.
Yeah, he could be funny, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that guy's, he's got a sharp wit. Yeah, I've seen that, but those are the pictures that just go viral on the internet is when steering stems and triple clamps break, and you don't know whether it was torqued properly or the guy just Seth ends loaded over the Doug Henry off the
local
jump.
Racer friend of mine, he broke his head hitting a K rail.
Oh, well, did he hit the K rail on purpose?
Well, no.
Oh, okay. Well, then
no, and I don't know if
probably.
But I do know of a set. Thor Amador broke a set.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him break before, and I've seen guys riding around. I go, hey, do you want any bolts in that in their triple clamp? And they're like, oh shit, they fell out again. And it's like, again, what do you mean? And then like one guy he goes, yeah, I kind of thought I stripped them out, but I just stuck some new bolts in there and I thought it would be okay. And
I did not ever want to ride about that bike.
And you see them bent, the opening is all gapped out, but I'll
buy a used bike. That's like the first thing I like.
Hey, I'll own up. I was, like I said, I was a little bit confused, but I was answering the question more. I was so concerned on explaining the difference in feel that I kind of lost track of my metallurgy experience, which remember I went to school for insurance. I went to school so I could get insurance, and I took a lot of classes. I had some agriculture classes.
Sell insurance or what?
No, to keep medical insurance so I could race my motorcycle. It's way cheaper than having. My parents wouldn't pay for it anymore. So why do you think I stayed in school?
I get it. That's right. That's a workaround.
And when I took the semester off and I had to pay for medical insurance, I signed up for school again.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go ahead and take a commercial break so I can decide whether I want to get back to drinking or what was I going to do? I was going to go do research on the Yamaha power steering device.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you back in a few minutes. If you've ever seen any one of my bikes, they all have flex handlebars on them. What are those, Jimmy? Well, Fasst Company, that's www.fastco.com, makes the flex handlebar, and it's essentially suspension built into your handlebars. They make bad forks good. They absorb impacts like you wouldn't believe, and they're really tough. And I've been running them for over 20 years, and I don't think I've ever bent a set. And if I have, I forgot about it. It was a long time ago. So these are American-made products, and until you run them, you won't realize how good they are. The reason this works is the flex handlebar is stiff laterally through the steering path, but allows it to be forgiving from the load path without sacrificing control or input. This means it basically dampens the forces that you don't want, and it doesn't affect the forces you do want. So it steers properly and takes the pain out of your wrists. So if you're looking for good feel in your handlebars without suffering from catastrophic impacts or complaining that your forks are too harsh, the flex handlebar is the solution. They make other products like the spoke torque wrench, impact pegs, really trick brake clevis and brake spring kits, and clicker adjusters. So if you're looking to get some of this stuff, check out www.fasstco.com. That's spelled FASSTCO.com. Remember, 2 S's in fast.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text. And it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some.
I'm trying to read, and now we have to come back to the show. I have to do more research. It's more complicated than I thought.
Yeah.
Or using the phone or emails or text is more complicated than I thought. So welcome back to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This is hour 2 of this show, I think. I didn't even have to pour a drink. That's how exciting this first hour was. Hasn't really stressed me out yet. This is the part of the show where we get to do Rooster Endo. That's everybody's favorite segment. All right. Is Ricky still watching? Because it sounds like somebody's trying to play a joke on me.
New guy forgot to get the board, huh?
Is his bike is it targeted at me somehow or another?
It's not targeted at you.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I think he's just really hyped about.
He's legitimately hyped about his bike.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looked like he was on a really good trail, celebrating the rain, and he just wanted to.
I was supposed to go trail riding with him today. This is what really sucked. This is what.
Okay.
So he was one of 2 people that called me and said, "All you have to do is get your ass here. I got a bike ready for you." And I'm like, "I don't have any gear." He's like, "You can wear my gear." Both of them. You can wear. I'll get you gear.
You could have been a Monster Energy rider for a day.
And then I call up someone else, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I just got off the ski slope, so I'm going riding." I'm like, "Yeah, I have 2 weed whackers that need to be worked on in the back of my truck, and yeah." Complain about I'll complain all day long. How's everybody doing out there? If you have questions for us, we can answer 9 out of 10 without referring to a reference manual.
I've kept a lot from the chat in my little Google Doc right here.
And you'll be asking them to me and Jimmy. This is the Jimmy and Jimmy show this weekend. Yep. Jimmy Tyler sitting in for Logan, who is not dead, but
not dead.
Close. Yeah, he didn't look too good.
Boy's suffering.
I've never seen him so excited to sit out flat track last Friday night or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He had Cletus or whatever his name was fill in for him.
Cletus.
Yeah, and and then I know your daughter doesn't ride anymore, but I feel bad about what I did to her swing arm.
Did you get into it a little bit?
The chain adjusting thing, and those are a little brittle on those bikes. I might have done some.
Did you get into Coop a little bit?
Yeah.
Nice.
I just decided to, it's how you show love on the flat track.
Sure.
Yeah. So
are we picking up over here?
Yeah, let's pick up on the questions. Where we keep going here. We've been, I think.
Mods for the 450L, asks Robert Lambert. Just get a Vortex and an FMF and it's a badass bike? I don't think that was a question. I think he was telling you what to do.
Okay, because all I did to the 450L was we put a JD jetting tuner on it and an FMF pipe, I think, is what we did to ours. And it was a badass bike there. I think that one you actually can gain quite a bit with a different ignition because they are rev limited.
No.
So this will actually increase the rev ceiling and kind of change the power delivery, but I don't have any experience with that, so I can't speak to it. But I was actually pretty happy with what we were able to do with just the simple
450L. That's the Honda Dual Sport.
The Dual Sport one. Yeah. Yep. So
okay.
Hey, they can tell us what to do, where to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. From Sabotaged, heading to how to find neutral. If you can find neutral, listen to Jimmy Neutral. I hope that means something to you.
If you can find neutral. Well, I think, didn't we spend about 10 minutes talking about like the need for a neutral
This
indicator?
was also another little nugget that Trevor had.
Light
made.
or a shift.
How to find neutral.
They wanted to know what gear the bike was in or how to find neutral. And yeah, it happens. So I guess did I miss shift on that particular thing?
I don't know.
I thought I gave a good answer.
No, I think it did too. I think he was.
Was somebody actually trying to having trouble on neutral on their bike?
Well, they're having a hard time finding neutral, and it's like it's a learned thing. I don't know why you want to find neutral.
I don't know.
Sometimes.
In the old days, you
Yeah.
could find them.
So yeah, there were lots of them.
Even like out there, the old carbureted KTMs, the neutral is so small on those bikes.
I used to, on my race bikes, actually take the shift star, and I talked about this, and kind of file it down
Kinda
so it
open it.
Yeah, so it wouldn't hit neutral from first to second.
Sure.
Because a lot of times, especially on a 125, you're in the rocks and stuff, the technical stuff, you're in first gear and going first to second.
Positive shift.
And you have to shift sometimes when it'd be like if you were going between first and second on the lip of a triple. You would want to make sure that you got the
How about
gear.
when you're landing on top of a table and step? You saw Supercross.
Oh, you saw that too? Yeah. Man, that's gnarly. That is gnarly. Yeah. So, okay. Hey, Curly has something to say. Curly in the chat says, let's be honest. We are looking at parts like triple clamps, hubs, or other such part for the fancy colors they come in. Deep blue, triple and hubs, 67% more horsepower, and that's proven by Fauci science.
I like Curly.
Yeah, I think he's is he being political there? He's got some stuff.
No, not to me. Yeah. We told you his name's not Curly. That's Kyler.
I know, but I've been misspelling it since mispronouncing it, it since I obliterated his name on the first time I read it.
Kyler,
and I keep going. Keeler. So,
all right, I got one more over here.
Okay,
Viper Racing on a 2020 300 XCW test. On the 2020, what's the highest body weight the front suspension can be set up for without having to purchase anything? And for the rear, what does the spring replacement cost roughly? Spring and installation.
So I would guess. Well, it kind of depends on where you ride on the bike. Is what I always say. And if you're a guy who rides over the front, then I would say once you're over, I would say the limit is 210 pounds. That's my guess. If you're over the front, if you're a guy who sits in the middle or the back, you can probably go up to 220. Maybe a little bit more, in all honesty, but it's going to be soft. And if you really, slam into something, it's going to be soft, but, that would be the limit. Although, at 200 pounds, when I was 200 pounds, I was kind of bordering on the front of that suspension being, a little soft, but not too bad. I raced it box stock at a works race, and I had no problems with it. They had a motocross track, and they actually had one little double thing that was kind of a kicker to double it, the kind of thing where a soft suspended fork would be a problem. And for sure, the first time I went over it, it went like this, but then I just adjusted my body position. In other words, I ride over the front. Actually, I don't really ride over the front, to be honest with you. You know how when you watch older guys as they get older, they start moving towards the back of the motorcycle. So I still think I ride over the front. So I must have really got back when I started hitting and jumping around. So, but anyways, and my rule of thumb is for every 2 spring rates you go up in the back, you should go up 1 in the front. Like that's just kind of my. And this is within This is not if you're a 350-pound dude, you need to do something special. But if you've gone up 1 spring rate in the rear, you don't necessarily have to go up that much in the front. You can usually add some spring preload and or add some oil or both and probably be okay. But if you go up 2 spring rates in the rear, you need to go up 1 in the front, or that bike's going to be very imbalanced. Yeah. And then I find that if you go up in the front too much, it does the same thing to the back. So if you go up 1 in the front just because you want to be stiffer, if you go up 2, you need to go up 1 in the back. It's just kind of my Jimmy rule of thumb without having to think about it.
How about any of the online spring calculators that you like?
Race Tech has a spring calculator. That's the only one I've really seen that I've used before.
The biggest one or most major.
Yeah, and you kind of put your weight in there and it tells you what it is. What does it cost to
lie about how fast you are
install?
On there and everything.
Spring replacement cost. Springs are about what?
120 for a spring now.
135.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
hello.
I was going to say
welcome to 2022.
$130, $140 for the spring, and probably
that much to put it in
to install it. Yeah. Well, it depends on a PDS bike. You got it off and off in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Max.
I wouldn't tell them that if I owned a shop.
Okay. Yeah. $150 to have it done. If it's a linkage bike, if it's a Honda CR 450X or L, then it's probably $300 to have it installed. Lots of movies.
But it does have an XEW, and that is there is no easier
no, it's so easy
spring to change on the planet.
Pop that in. And the front forks are actually pretty easy to change the springs on too if you have kind of a basic knowledge.
Open cartridge, right?
Yeah, basic knowledge of that. You can do it without taking the oil out. In all honesty,
not a whole bunch of tools. Really.
Yeah, and if you do it, if you take your time with it, you don't spill much oil, and you don't have to do anything to it.
Bring the old springs out, get the oil.
Ring them out.
Ring them out so you get
so here's I kind of like people say like how do you they watch me and they go, you're kind of a hack when you do certain things, and so when I changed the springs once, I have a tray. That in the spring you can usually take out and it'll actually balance itself. So I had a nice stainless steel tray, and I just pulled the spring out and I set it onto the tray and just let it dry out, drain down and dry out. And I took the spring off and I poured it over and I saw how much it put in, and I don't remember the exact amount of cc's.
No.
But I poured it out and I saw it pour out, like this, and I know exactly how much that is, like by doing this with the bottle. Yeah. And you, I know Matt's witnessed this. You've seen me do 2-stroke oil the same way.
Yeah, you've done into my bike. Yeah.
Oh, is your bike? Yeah.
So
hey, how much gas we put in there? That much right there.
Yeah, one Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Like the oil. He's like, shouldn't? And I'm like, don't worry, it's 40-1, bro. It might have been 65. It could have been 32, but it was pretty damn close. Bike ran fine, right?
If I remember right, yeah.
Yeah. I do it on everything but like my 125s. Like the 125s, because I know that they're kind of already on the edge, and I've had one seize.
And you're gonna ring them a lot harder than anything else.
I've had one seize up, although it was because it was time. It wasn't the oil, but I had one seize up on a triple jump, a little triple jump at a janky track, but it was still enough to cause a problem. I didn't crash, but I cased it really hard. But yeah, so like bikes that aren't going to be super, super stressed, I'll oil it, But so I pull the spring out and I put it back in, and I add the oil back in, and I just add just a little bit, and I know how much it is, and so that's how I just practice. You take the time to learn some technique that skips a couple steps, and then.
Yeah.
It is. I think it was like 7 cc's or something like that is what a spring
glues to it.
If on an open cartridge KTM fork, when you just pull it out and set it down, it was like, I want to say it might have been 7. If you just yank it right out, don't even, don't shake it or nothing, just out and in. So
I don't know. My forks are a part of getting new oil.
Yeah, I can see that.
Me.
But yeah, sometimes I'm changing. I'm
I
going
get
through
it.
3 different types of springs.
I will literally wait till it needs service to change the springs. That's how I roll.
That's good. That's a good technique. Okay, Matt, we're ready to do some
Roosterendo.
Let's do Roosterendo, and then we'll finish. We'll do the
Should I grab the board? I guess
bullet round of questions at the end there.
So while you grab the board, I'm going to play the video submission.
Oh, for our first Roosterendo submission. This is from one Ricky Braybeck.
Yeah, Jimmy.
We could use that board again, that old shitty board. I don't care.
Yeah, why not?
We'll just use it. It's easier to get to.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring back from the past.
Cool. Oh, hey, get that set up. Here comes Ricky's video.
Okay.
What's up, everyone? Roosterendo. Of course, we're roosting the dirt.
Oh, Ricky.
Epic. Also, the bike, super epic. Who wouldn't want to roost this bad boy?
That's National Hair and Hound winning.
Gen 1, 450X.
I've got one of those for sale, by the way. Not that good.
Yeah. Which I apologize to the chat for how quiet the audio was.
In the beginning?
Yeah, it was really quiet.
He was just talking about how awesome his thing was. So
yeah,
I could have gone riding with him, and I think he had a new CR 450X for me to ride if I wasn't so busy doing weed whacking. My wife thanked me for weed whacking in the chat.
Did she?
That was nice. Yeah, I adjusted. We have what we call a very natural landscape at the California house. It's a natural landscape. It's kind of the hippie thing to do down there. Yeah.
Little,
you don't really water, but when the rain waters it for you, then the shit grows. So so we don't have a picture of that, do we?
It should be in that.
Oh, there's a picture in the
I
file
forgot
there.
I forgot to put it in my little thing here.
So we
picture of what? Ricky's bike.
Ricky bike. It's gonna be in the pile of the photos there.
Okay,
there it is, right there.
That could be it.
Which I just recycled a picture he used before because I'm pretty sure it's the same bike.
Oh, he's resubmitted.
He's resubmitted.
But he's got
with a video and a couple yows.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Gonna.
I put that in there mostly so you could see like the prime dirt he was on.
Shut up! You're mean. That's mean. Yeah, I know that. I know this bike. I actually rode this bike. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
The Gen 1?
No.
You'd rather have a Gen 2?
I like the new ones. I know Ricky
I
likes
like
it.
fuel injection, and that's enough for me.
You should ride this bike. It's pretty badass.
I bet it is.
It's got some power.
I bet it does.
Yeah, he's got factory suspension. It's kind of funny because like Johnny goes, that was the best one we ever made. That was like the best. And Johnny, I think Johnny likes these too. I'd have to check with him. I don't know whether he's new or old. He'd probably say he was new. He'd probably say he was the new guy, but because he has to, because he's a Honda guy. But I think he likes these too. I don't. And I think even Kendall.
There's so much development on that bike. I think
Kendall.
Right? I mean, it's
the race bike is. I actually, in all honesty, I mean, this bike is. It's awesome to ride because it's a full on. This is what a full on National Hare and Hound championship winning bike feels like and rides like, and I don't like it that much. But there's
because you're not racing a hare and hound in it, right?
I'm not fast enough to win a National Hare and Hound. I'm not strong enough to ride it like.
So you're using the wrong bike or a bike set up for the wrong thing that you want, right?
Right. It's sprung, but it's no matter how hard I ride it, it's sprung for someone who's going to ride it harder than me.
Harder than you.
And a lot of the characteristics of the bike in general.
Ricky's a big boy too.
Yeah. In a lot of the characteristics of the bike in general, you're riding a works bike and it's set up for one guy. But it's funny because all these guys that were winning Baja at the time, racing these things and doing all this stuff, they all kind of arrived at a very, very similar setup that was for them. It was really good. And I thought I probably liked the stock one I mean, I'm talking stock with stock muffler, by the way.
Okay.
Because it's just so easy to ride and it's so tuned. I think that one is set up better for me. But everything about every individual thing about this bike, you go, man, these forks work amazing. If I were 20 pounds
heavier,
10
miles an hour into that whoop faster.
Yeah. And same thing, the suspension, the rear suspension. That man, this shock is just amazing. You know, and the motor, this motor is amazing. But I don't need that much power, and I'm not riding that hard. And it's not amazing where I want to ride it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little underwhelming because you're comparing it to what's up here.
And that's probably pretty true with all those top of the level guys' bikes.
For such an awesome bike, it's gonna endo because it was a double submission. That's against the rules.
He didn't really give us any details on it either.
Yeah, no details. He broke the rules. You just sent a video. You had to fish around for a photo. You're making it work.
The dirt looked good though.
I'm gonna put it right on top of where George's 3-wheeler goes. So good job, RB. Thanks for picking the wrong day to go riding with me, even though it rained and it was nice and I was weed whacking my front yard. But maybe next time. Hey, you know what? We should have a contest where you can win a ride with Ricky Brayback. That'd be an awesome contest.
That would be an awesome contest.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I'm not going to get his permission.
I would try to win that.
I won the contest to go on 2 rides with Andrew Short, but the tire went flat in the second. I blew up the bike. So,
yeah, I paid $1,500 for that contest.
That was an expensive contest.
That was an expensive contest for everybody involved.
Yeah.
I get to go riding with Ricky Brayback next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really do.
Where are you going?
Cabo San Lucas.
Ooh, nice. That sounds really cool.
I don't go to Mexico, but I changed my mind.
That's right. Is there Tech Talk next week?
No, there's not going to be a Tech Talk next week because I'm going to be riding. I don't know. You know, I don't even know where I'm going to end up on that night on Tuesday night. I don't know where I'm going to be.
I think you should just enjoy the.
I'm going to try to enjoy it. No stress.
Give her a break.
Yeah, give it a break. This show sucks, anyways. Who'd want to listen to it? Watch this. Oh boy, what do we got here?
We got Trevor Seguin.
Hey, wait, was Trevor in the?
Trevor's in the chat.
He was in the chat earlier.
Is he the Canadian dude?
Was he the Canadian guy?
I think he was. So. He is actually, because read the description for it.
Trevor from Ontario, Canada, eh?
Hey.
2016 KTM 300, don't you know?
Oh, boy.
230 hours on the engine today. EE Bark Busters, Rad Guards, and Cage FMF Gnarly Pipe, you know?
Okay. Just got the photo up for the chat.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. I'll go back to American here. And sorry, guys. I can't help it. And a 2.1 turbine core, Axis. These guys could use some commas here. Axis passenger pegs.
Yeah, I was looking. I was wondering what that is. It's down there. It's down there.
Oh.
You know, I was.
It does make wheelies easier when you get someone back there, don't it?
Oh, I thought he put that in there. I didn't know you.
I did.
You were subjectively adding that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Passenger black plastic studded AT tires for winter fun.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in that part of Canada.
I thought the buddy pegs. I thought they were like kind of like those steg peg things or something.
Yeah. No, it sounds like just for her, him. I don't know.
We don't judge.
Canadians do stuff different.
I haven't seen him on Grindr, so
no. Winter fun, Moose Racing solid rear rotor.
It's better than a disc guard in the front, unless he took it off right before he shot the photo.
He doesn't dual even compound fork seals.
He doesn't even have a disc guard on the rear rotor.
No, he's got a solid rotor.
Yeah,
but you don't need a disc guard from it in icicles. These guys do. And what is this? Dual compound fork seals.
I know there was a couple brands making them. They're supposed to last longer. So,
what were the dual compound? I mean,
why the dual? Like, I think one wipe, one like they have
like
lips
the
on
dust
them.
wipe. Oh wait,
no. They had like the lip wipers. They were like for less stiction and better things. So that's the thing. I like it. It's black. It's amazing.
I don't see any oil on that axle, so it must be working.
The nice use of the wide angle lens from shooting the picture in the cave from deep underground, obviously, because that's the only way you can stay warm in Canada.
Yeah.
He probably has it.
Are doing up there, but
I'll bet you when
winter's too long here, and we had like 3 cold days, and that's not.
I'll bet you when he rides. Remember in the Crusty Demons of Dirt when like the guy rode out from the ground. He just blew out through the.
Yeah,
I'll bet you that's what he does when he comes out on this bike. It gets super smoky in his cave when he warms that thing up because it's carbureted, and not like the oil injected bikes and the fuel injected bikes that are just they hardly smoke at all. But it's like makes a big cloud of smoke, and I'll bet you he comes out of that tunnel and jumps out, just blasts through the snow
over the top of a moose.
Right, yeah.
Not
Almost
that kind of
moose.
Not a tire moose, an actual moose.
Moose, yeah.
It's Canada.
I like
they're everywhere up there.
It looks like his spike tires are Nitro Moose equipped.
No, he's got tubeless.
Oh, tubeless front and rear.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like Nitro Moose better than tubeless, but tubeless is I wonder how that works with the spike tires on the ice. Maybe because you got to.
Who knows what kind of pressures you run on spike tires? Or you probably do, huh?
No, I don't. I don't have. I've ridden with spike tires before. But I wrecked them because they sent them to us, and I went in the mountains and rode them. It was amazing where they go.
On dirt?
No, and there's just some rocks. Just it doesn't take very long for the rocks.
No, I imagine not
to tear them. But
I only envision them on like a frozen lake, like flat track.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But it's like you need that.
I guess you can go up a frozen mountain.
Warm up again, freeze snow. Warm up again, freeze snow. Because once you cut into the snow, you break the crust and you go down. Once your skid plate dipped, you're screwed. You need it at that point.
Pretty much every time I'm on snow, I'm screwed. But whatever.
Yeah. I like this bike. It roosts. Definitely roosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good bike.
Never won much for black plastics, but the orange frame helps.
Justin Bradley is here for the off-road 250 SF discussion. So we're boring you out of your gourd by talking about other people's motorcycles. Justin, I'm sorry. I will call Trevor as soon as we get done with this Rooster Endo segment, where we award somebody $100 gift certificate from Takomoto.co. Where right now he's in the lead.
Yeah,
he's in the lead. So
we get what we'll pay him in there, ruples or whatever they take up there.
Another one.
he's gonna get $4 with the exchange rate from Taco Mike.
No, if it's $100 American, it's
you can almost buy a house in Canada.
I know, like $7 million. Yeah, and you get free healthcare.
No idea what I'm talking about. It's fun. No. It's fun to make fun of Canada.
They'll buy sunglasses. It's hard when you come out in the sun,
right? Cody Bootland, new upgrades from the last Roost. I was gonna say, I thought I saw this bike before. Warp 9 Moto wheels.
Those are Motard wheels, and they don't have any knobbies on them.
I was gonna say maybe he didn't get the right picture here because those look like Supermoto wheels.
Yeah,
Scott's damper and some CMT carbon bits. Don't worry, I saved the dirt wheels.
Okay,
probably an into today. Mods list from last submission: full tie FMF 4.1, Vortex computer, Cyclops headlight.
Did he win last time?
Hope not.
I don't think he's won before, but he's submitted before.
Yeah, well, we know he's submitted before.
Yeah,
that's obvious.
LED turn signal indicators, Takomoto rear, delete the LED rear lights, brake light rapid flasher, Scott's damper installed this weekend.
Yep.
On order is a Supermoto setup, all black everything, including kickstand, sliders, and wheels. Man, this thing is eating my wallet. It ought to. You should just have two bikes rather than whatever the heck you're doing.
Oh, well, okay.
They don't even say what kind of bike it is.
He doesn't say what kind of bike it is. Well, since he submitted last time, he probably told us last time.
Husqvarna.
Yeah, it's a Husky. It looks like a 501 FE.
That's what it looks like.
Is what it looks like to me. But what's Cody? It's Cody. Cody. I have to talk to you about your photography skills here, bro. So since this isn't, a lot of people listen to this as a podcast, there's a picture of a bike that was taken in a shadow. Okay. And
there's some really nice sun behind it, though.
Yeah, there's really nice sun behind it.
Grass
you could have rolled it out into
the
sun, and then you wouldn't have all these hoses and whatever hydraulic. I think what are you pumping gas there? Or
it's a busy picture.
You got the trash can in there, the propane thing.
Looks
like there's power line. Yeah, you don't want power lines in your photo. This is like every guy that wants to be a magazine editor that tried to apply for the job, and they send you photo pictures of we always tell them this is hey, you want to, I want to work at the magazine. They're like, well, submit us something, submit like a bike test of your own bike or product test. And so they take their bike and they'd roll it outside the garage just like this and shoot a photo of it. Mm-hmm. And then they'd have their mom go shoot a picture of them. And then there'd be this really pretty picture of the kind of the field and the power lines and all the other stuff. And then there'd be this microscopic picture of a bike with some dude like usually doing a flying W off the back of it or something like that.
Right.
And then it'd be like my 2020 Husky 501 FE. This bike is very good and I like it a lot.
Fast.
Fast. Yeah. And then that was what we got.
Right.
Super fast. It's like I'm really good at riding all the bikes and testing them, and I look good in photos. Thank you very much. Please contact me. My salary rate is $50,000 a year plus expenses. And you're like, okay. I got to work on the photos, bro. Yeah. Endo. It does
Endo and he's grabbing a fistful of front brake.
The only thing that could make this thing worse is a super oversized front disc rotor guard.
Right.
That's the only thing that make this worse. Yeah. Thanks for submitting, man. We love you, even though we are not super stoked on your bike at the moment.
He knew it was going to endo too. He said so.
Well, it's like he projected it on me.
Right.
I think since I've cut back on the old bottle, the endos have been coming.
There's more endos these days.
Yeah, more endos.
Yeah.
Okay, next,
Mr. George Justice.
Oh, George.
He's familiar for company for his.
Hey, I roosted this bike. I roosted this bike last week.
Is this the guy that just drives around town with it, showing off his Raptor?
Right, he puts it in the back of his Raptor and drives around Pahrump.
A guy, I got a Raptor.
Yeah, with a bike.
I've seen this guy.
I got a bike too.
I got a sick bike and a Raptor. What do you got? I know this guy. 2006 GTR 125.
So usually this bike. He's
got a cool wife though.
Yeah, this bike would ordinarily roost, but I can verify that it was roosted on.
Flat track probably. Right?
Yeah, fully roosted. Yeah, and then I saw pictures of him with like ice on his legs because his legs were all sore afterwards and everything. Okay, what's it got?
06 TTR 1 Deuce Nickel. 2-inch bar risers, custom rear brake lever modded for flat track. IMS short shifter linkage eliminator lever. Bark Busters also have a custom siped rear tire tuned for the lake bed soil of southern Nevada. Green sticker in California.
I don't think any of those tire
TTR, man. Who doesn't love
those tire mods didn't help. He showed up with like a slick on it before.
Which thinking was that would flat track better?
Just disastrous. Yeah. You need it. Our track we kind of water it so that you need knobs. And just its traction is pretty get sketchy quick. This is a really nice bike. I have one that's probably a lot better because I've cheated. It's got some cheater parts on it. Mm-hmm. But how does he has the IMS shifter? What did he call it?
I think it's the thing that extends the shifter so you can get like a tennis shoe under it, a regular boot.
If linkage eliminator.
IMS short shifter linkage eliminator.
So because the Yamaha has that crazy linkage,
weird linkage
but isn't that because it shifts the opposite pattern? Maybe George can answer us if he's in the chat. He's waiting for us to go Will Smith on each other. That means
I did mention his wife. I don't know.
Does that mean we're supposed to start slapping each other? Wait, did you insult George's wife?
I actually did not insult her.
Oh no, you complimented her.
No, I'm pretty sure.
So that means you should slap me.
Yeah.
I don't really understand how this is going to work. So George, is the shifter? If you change the shifter, do you have to go down, down, down? Like instead of up for shifting?
Like a street bike guy? Huh.
Yeah.
I don't want to race guy.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
No, I think it
because I'm thinking about how it. I
can't picture that linkage in my head. I know it has something weird.
It still works the same way because it goes up and it pulls, so it does a thing. But
but maybe you just can get a different shifter that makes it direct and it's longer.
But I wonder if the throw is
so you can get rid of all the linkage.
Yeah, well, that's what this does evidently.
I would think
so. We've got a funny shape on it. I don't know.
You can see the IMS.
Hey, because he rides it on the flat track and drives it around, parades it around town in his Raptor like a cool guy. Here's a pen. That's a Roost. It's definitely a Roost. TTR 125s they're all Roost. Plus,
they're all cool.
Plus, this show is brought to you by Yamaha. For motocross riders driven to dominate, visit the YZ line of 4-stroke bikes. That's the family fun line of 4-stroke bikes, and they're built for victory. They still make TTR 125s, by the way. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today to explore what's new and improved for 2022. Okay, next bike.
Old TTRs run good, don't they? They just kind of work.
Yeah,
that's all I can say about them.
We have those. We have the bikes.
They're always the easiest ones to get. Whatever going after summer or whatever. Oh wait.
You got the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, bingo! Hold on, wait. Go ahead.
Ding, ding, ding. Lucas Stanoius, a 2010 FE 570.
Yeah, you have to have one on every show.
Oh yeah,
220-hour blue plated. Road legal in Ontario. It's more Canadians.
More Canadians. This one's
you're gonna get
this guy's above ground.
He is. Look at that.
He's actually out in the wilds. I can't believe that. Oh, the tree cover is so dense and dark there that they can ride underneath here and feel like they're underground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if they.
Dude, look at that thing. That thing.
Take her out for a rip, are you, bud?
Okay, what do we got done to this thing?
Oh, okay.
Tall
it's got
seat.
Yeah, it looks like I can see that. FMF Q4 slip-on,
Right.
OEM power switch.
Yep.
Does that have map switch?
Yeah, it's map switch.
Okay, cool. Guts Racing tall gripper seat.
Yep.
Almost said grinder seat.
Grinder seat.
Jump on that, somebody. Pro Taper Contour Woods High Bend. Enduro Engineering rad braces. Enduro Engineering full wrap handguards. Tugger straps front and rear. Better be a strong guy to use those, right?
On a Husaberg 570, yeah. But you don't need to because it never gets stuck. Yeah.
Just spins the world out of its way.
Uh-huh.
If needed. Warp 9 MX foot.
I'm surprised I didn't say that.
I'm getting snappy over here, brother. Warp 9 MX foot pegs. Motion Pro quick turn throttle. You got one of those?
You want to know what? On my 2008? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does it take like a little less turn to get to full throttle? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
A quarter turn versus whatever. I don't know what they are.
It's funny because they sent Motion Pro when it was that was a new thing. They sent it out, and I figured it's a Husaberg 570. I'll put the least aggressive one in there, and it just took so long to turn the throttle.
That had just,
and
somebody ahead of you was thinking that when they built it, huh?
Yeah, I thought I'll just smooth this thing out, and so they have one that was way mellow, one that was medium mellow. It was like blue, yellow, red, and black, or whatever the thing was, and I put the way mellow one in there thinking, oh, this will, and I just didn't like it. And I know a lot of people that do because the throttle cams were getting popular, like the G2 throttle tubes.
All right.
And, but I ended up going to the more aggressive than stock one, which makes it I want to say it's still a quarter turn, but it makes like an eighth turn throttle. I
fun.
loved it. Yeah. So this guy's onto something there if he's doing that. And plus, if he has that seat, he's a big boy.
Right.
And
yeah, that bike's pretty big.
And bigger guys,
it does not feel small. Anyway.
Yeah, they tend to kind of squash the power of a motorcycle. So like bikes that hit hard for like a lighter guy, and I'm not a lighter guy anymore, but when I was a lighter guy, sometimes a big guy rides them and they're smooth.
Yeah.
So it's
sure.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Math. P3 carbon head pipe guard, Super Sprox gearing 1348.
Right. You should get DDC.
Yeah, get your shit together, bro. OEM KTM headlight, front and rear facelift.
Mm-hmm.
Dunlop MX53s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, absolutely love this Berg up here as a proper dual sport setup.
Up here, that means when he's above ground. Right.
Oh, yeah, okay. He's up there spying on Russia. But as my interests are bringing me into the more technical single trail XC racing, I could use the Taco Moto bucks to roost up my new 2017 KTM 250 XE. Homie wants to go racing.
Yeah.
I say we send him some dough and go racing.
Right.
And like I said, the 100 Taco bucks, I don't know, that might buy you half of a bike up in Canada. I don't know what the exchange rate.
The exchange rate? No, bikes are expensive up there.
Yeah, I know.
So
actually, it'll get you the shipping on that
on the funnel,
or probably some import tax you guys got. You buy that funnel, it's $4, $98 in shipping in Canada. Good luck to you.
the Husaberg always wins my heart, but I don't want to be swayed just because it's a Husaberg.
It's a Berg. Yeah. It does look like it's pretty kitted. I like the way everything he's got on there for what little I know about.
Okay, I'm just gonna, even though Ricky Brayback has probably a super awesome bike for everybody but me, he's eliminated. He doesn't need the 100 taco bucks.
He's Ricky Brayback.
The guy resubmitted double time. That was a penalty. He has to submit a new bike.
Not so sure what parts Ricky buys, right?
Right. So it's a battle between the two Canadians. The two Canadians.
Well, guys, this dude with that guy wants to go racing.
I know. Oh,
that's always good for more part sales. Let's face it.
Right.
You want to get into wasting money on parts? Go racing.
This guy.
But I don't know if that's the spirit of the thing. It's the contest.
I don't know. These are so, it's kind of a tie for me, in all honesty. This guy has a second bike already, and I think this guy is his only chariot. Scooter. And I'm wondering.
Well, let's see what.
I like every mod that this. I really like this. I like the Husaberg. I like it a lot.
Is this bike like dying to need something? Like it don't have a skid plate on it, so that could be.
That's a taco. Yeah, you could taco.
You know what I'm saying?
Skid plate onto that.
This guy.
And this guy could, and then the Husaberg guy could easily resubmit his bike that needs the parts, and then make it more funny.
Yeah.
Maybe he could shoot it in his underground cavern with his little beady eyes. Yeah. And if I gave it to the Husaberg, it'd be such a shill. That's almost like begging.
Pretty much.
And this may not even be his Husaberg. And in fact, this could be a stunt Husaberg.
Oh,
it could be. Oh, and the other guy I think was in the chat too.
I know and the other guy was in the chat. He wins.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You win. Who was?
Look at the jersey on the wall. My dude needs some
Trevor.
My dude needs some gear. Or he needs something.
Trevor.
Look at the jersey.
Yeah. That's probably
like a 10-year-old Thor.
It looks old, but it's probably some racer's jersey that he hung up on the wall. Trevor Segan, you are the winner of the Taco Bucks. And Cody, Lucas, you are a super close runner-up. And we'll see your new bike in the next one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So good to everybody.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah,
I liked all those bikes actually.
All that stuff.
I really did.
Oh, I didn't like the Supermoto wheels.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I didn't like Ricky's bike.
You didn't like Ricky's bike? You're never going to get to ride it.
Well, we're sponsored by Yamaha.
Ricky's bike is sick. Yeah.
It doesn't matter who we're sponsored by.
That bike is sick.
I told him that it wasn't going to win.
Hey, look at this picture. This is our producer Matt.
Yeah,
pulling his very first wheelie.
Yeah,
his very first ever wheelie, pivot turn wheelie.
I think that's probably the fifth one I've ever done at that point.
Yeah,
is it a pivot
back
turn?
in the day on a Husaberg, by the way.
On a Husaberg.
Yeah, and
that was my submission. Oh, these two buttons.
It was on. Actually, remember, it was so bad that I put it on the back of the board.
No, because I reminded you I have the power to turn off the show at any time. That's why I ended up on the back because you were like conflict of interest. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Matt. Let's get to our next questions from the chat.
Okay. So we'll go to
buy a house.
San Felipe Bob, can two-stroke porting cause rich condition at idle/pilot circuit?
Porting your two-stroke can affect the jetting. That would be the correct answer. So the answer is yes. Okay. I have noticed that when I ported a cylinder or I had a cylinder that was ported, that most of the time there would be some required jetting that went along with it to make it perfect. So yes.
Okay. Facebook user, what is your choice? Run stock breather tube to the air box or convert to open breather tube?
Depends on the bike, and it depends on the behavior of the bike and the breather tube, like how much oil comes out of it. If it's quite a bit, in other words, The one that I like to refer to as the king of the breather tube instances is the KTM RFS 4-stroke. That for some reason, when you would go down a long downhill, the oil would pool in the front of the engine, and the way that engine evacuated the pressure, the crankcase pressure, was through the balance shaft, which was down in the front of the motor. And so you go down a long downhill, and they probably didn't really, probably thought about it a little bit after it happened. You go down a long downhill, and that oil gets up there, and then especially if you're downshifting and the revs are coming up, it starts pumping it, and it is stock routed into the airbox. And so you go down these long downhills, and all of a sudden the bikes start running. They start running a little bit richer, and then a little bit, and then a lot richer, and then they start smoking like a mofo.
The smoke screen comes out
gnarly. And usually, when it starts, and back those are carbureted. And a lot of times, if your carburation wasn't good, it would also be bleeding a little bit of fuel in there, and just things aren't running. And so you're just making a big cloud of smoke. And usually, you don't notice it. You just notice your bike's running bad, and you go down the hill. And you're making all the smoke, and your buddy comes up, and he's like, dude, your bike's going to blow up. And I've seen so many guys on those bikes stop, and then they start it up, and they look at all the smoke, and oh, my God, my bike's wrecked.
It's done.
And they won't start it up, and they want to get towed out, and you're like, look in your air filter. You'll see the problem. And they're like, what? And they're like, no, and they don't understand. But, yeah. So the question is, where do you route it? It kind of depends on the bike. You can pretty safely vent those things to atmosphere. They don't really suck in that much junk, in my experience. But if you're concerned, you can also put a filter on it, but you don't want that filter to plug. Like on my KTM 950, I actually have mine routed out back, kind of above the chain on the subframe, where it won't get hit, and that's where it kind of runs
the chain,
because that thing running at high RPMs tends to vent. It was enough to wet the air filter to a point that I didn't like it, so I got it out into
got her oil in the chain. Huh?
I see you pushing a lot of buttons over there, and like warning lights are coming on. Are we?
I had to change my third. I had to start pressing a third button.
A third button.
Yeah.
See, this is
actually a super rare third button, but I think it should be stabilized right now.
Okay,
because we were dropping frames like crazy.
Because we had, believe it or not, Matt, we had a pretty good run of non-technical difficulties. Mm-hmm. This show didn't even open up with me crawling all over the board and pushing other buttons.
It was funny. It was the latest I've ever came here before a show.
Oh,
and it ran smoothest.
Okay,
up until this point, we're having some frame rate issues.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All I see in front of me is like somebody doing a lot of work.
Nerd stuff.
Yeah, nerd.
Yep, numbers and stuff.
Hey, anybody can do these podcasts. Hey, how do you like watching the podcast? Okay, can we have another question, please?
Yeah. 2 wheels, 2006 Honda CRF 450X. Starts right up when cold. After it warms up, 20-minute ride, and shutting the bike off, it will not kickstart again until after it cools down. Jump starting by descending a steep incline will work while warm.
2006 CRF 450X?
Yeah.
But does it have a electric starter?
I don't think so.
A 450X always had an electric starter. Yeah. So I'm wondering why somebody that came. Oh, it was a friend of ours. The friend of a friend came ride. They were the ones that were riding here on Saturday. Remember, there's the three guys that were riding there.
Yeah,
he had a nice Yamaha WR250 that had an electric starter on it, but he kicked it every single time. I'm like, why did you do that? He goes, starter doesn't work, and I'm like, well, the battery or whatever. He's like, I don't know, just doesn't work. I'm like, okay. That's
the first thing I'd fix.
I know. That's why I get when I see people pushing motorcycles around, like they're pushing them for like you're going to push it from here, 100 feet over to your truck, and it's like, well, why don't you start it? I don't like to push things without a motor or push things with a motor. It's like, start it, especially if they have electric start. So. Boy, back to that question. Well, if your electric start worked, it might start, but it starts when it's cold, but not when it's hot. So typically for me, I like to lean on when they heat up and they don't start. It seems to be more on the electrical side than it is on the carburetor side. Not always, but just sometimes there's something going on with your stator, the pickup coil, the exciter for the the spark, and sometimes it just takes some RPM, like you're suggesting, for it to generate enough, whether it's the pulse or generate enough power to get the thing to spark. Now, the fact that you have electric start and you're not using it also makes me lean a little bit more towards you're having some sort of an electrical issue.
Yep.
And maybe there's something wrong with the voltage regulator, or I don't know. So hopefully that gets you someplace. But man, that's a tough question. Like if it doesn't start when it's cold, I go straight to like valves. Yeah, on the 4-strokes, or pilot jet is plugged, or it runs with the choke on. Well, your pilot jet's plugged. That was the other thing about this Yamaha. He was kicking it, and he had to turn the choke on every time to get it started. And it probably doesn't ride the bike that often. But I told him, I said, hey, if you just turn the throttle twice, it's almost like turning the choke on, and it would start.
And it would.
Yeah. Accelerator pump sort of works just like a thing. And then George asks if your Honda CR450X has a loss of compression when it's hot, or is it vapor lock, or is it too rich? And Rich Barrows says the valves are tight. Typically on the Hondas, my experience is if they're tight, they loosen up a little bit as they warm up. So they're tighter when they're colder, if that makes so it's usually the symptom is a little more prevalent when it's cold. So we were going to call Trevor. Let's try to call. It's past his bedtime, which is probably what I was shooting for potentially. So I'll put him on the. Do we have any other?
Yeah, we got a couple more here.
Okay.
So from Ricky Brayback, question for Jimmy Lewis. I was riding today and my bike was hooking up so good. I wasn't used to it. I like more of the dry slick desert. So what would you recommend I do to be a better cake dirt bike rider?
Get rid of half your knobs.
I told you I knew this was coming to pick on me and torture me. Use
a really old tire.
Yeah, use an old tire when traction's good. Yeah, so just
that way you get back to what you're used to.
Factory guy, don't have somebody put new tires on your bike. Actually, he changes his own tires, but just give me the new tires and I'll wear them out for you so you can practice with worn out ones when you go riding, and then you'll get better, and then we'll just slowly give you like less and less worn out tires, and then you get to you'll learn.
Okay, I got 2 more questions here. We'll bust them really quick. J Ray, hey Jimmy, did my first hair scramble. Had a ton of fun, but was way slow. Made a lot of mistakes, but had fun. My cornering is my main problem on my slowest point. Any tips or drills to practice getting into and out of turns way faster?
Don't use the brakes. Just kidding.
So JimmyLewisOffroad.com/online courses.
No, those are only for beginners right now.
Yeah,
he's already riding. So.
No.
We had. Did I tell you somebody complained that our beginner courses were too beginner?
Oh,
which it's kind of a compliment.
It is a compliment, but it's why we call them beginner courses. Like my standard for a novice is pretty high. Like beginner to novice, there's a pretty big jump. Means you can basically it means you can functionally operate all of the things. But my jump from novice to intermediate is huge. Like, I think a novice should be able to come to a complete stop and then go again without putting a foot down. And if you can't do that, you're a novice. I don't care what class you race or anything like that. If you can't ride up, come to a complete stop without putting a foot down and then go again, you are a novice, because that's how out of balance you are. And so he's wondering about the turns. Repeat the part about the turns one more time.
He wants to pick up his corner speed.
Yeah, he wants drills to practice getting in and out of turns way faster.
Way faster.
Yeah.
Well, do you have the online magic serum?
I don't have that quite yet. We're still developing.
It's not. No. We have it. You should put it on there. I told you we should be selling it. It's a potion that you rub on your throttle hand?
Jimmy, this is actually part of the NDA.
Oh, we can't talk about
program.
It? Okay.
but yeah, no, there's a lotion in development.
Yeah, it's a special riding lotion that you put on your throttle hand, and but we'll talk about it later. Maybe we'll release it some other time. It's not on the website yet.
It will be. It will be soon.
We're gonna blow everybody away when we come out with our line of products.
Okay.
Actually,
this is news to me.
I've been in talks with the marketing department. We're going to go with like cologne marketing strategies where it's just like these super vague artistic shots.
Oh, of course.
Of men. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Men.
No, and Selma too.
And cats.
Yeah. Chris says, take my money. So,
hey, so in all honesty, what you will find is that just getting in and out of corners quicker is related to your balance and how much traction you have. And I know I'm just going on along theoretical and stuff. And this would be a much better question for our Better Rider podcast at some point when we start getting to this levels.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But what you will find is that your problem is not what you're thinking it is. And it will come down to you understanding that a motorcycle only does 4 things. It accelerates, decelerates, and this is where your problem is. It's in your deceleration and your acceleration, which are completely separate from you initiating the turn and you controlling the turn, which is where you think the problem is. And it's probably related to the fact that you're not slowing down enough before you get to the turn, and that you're not waiting until you get done with the turn until you accelerate. So it's the problem is not where you think it is. Did the cat screw up the show?
No, the cat's screwing me up.
Oh, you got cat-itis.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's funny. I looked over at you and I said, "Are you getting sick?"
I thought he was stoned.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm like,
yeah, I'm stoned on cat.
Oh man,
I'm like he's getting glossy over there.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's so funny. Oh, poor Matt.
Far out.
He
Matt.
got catted out. No more cats on this show. So anyways, I would work on your braking and your patience in the turn to accelerate. So none other than one very famous motorcycle racer named Bob Hanna came out one time when I was on the International 6 Days trophy team, and he was going to help us go faster in grass tracks. And he basically watched all of us ride and said, "You guys are helpless." And that was mostly after just being completely amazed by how fast Scott Summers could operate an XR600 riding like a complete goon, elbows down with handlebars cut to 26 inches. And Bob's chin was on the ground, just like, I don't know. What are you guys doing? But he was super cool because he was actually excited to come out and help us, and he knew he could help us even though we were kind of a little bit helpless. But I've been to a lot of riding schools by that time, and I'd seen a lot of things. But he kind of explained this pie section of the turn where all the problems happen. And his theory was you go 110% in and 110% out, and you ride around that pie section, the turn, at 85%, 80%. And then the math all works out if you're into going more than 100%, which is impossible. But I like to think about it that way. But his thing was I could outbrake anybody, and I took that to heart, and I started practicing my brakes and my brakes and my brakes. And I still feel like I can outbrake anybody, even at my elevated age and slow reaction times and all that stuff. But I'll still outbrake you, and if I can't, I'll use you as the brakes that I forgot. And so I think that the trick is to slow down to go faster. It's really learning how to slow down and then take your time around that turn.
Do a little nothing in the corner.
Because really, you're not really doing, quote, a controlled turn. You're probably doing 4 or 5 different controlled turns. You're going in there and you're basically, because you're, like I said in the beginning, out of balance. And doesn't seem like you're out of balance, but it really is what the problem is. And you can be better on the brakes and you can be better on the acceleration with better balance. But for the turns, it really rears its ugly head. So, hopefully that helped.
I think it did. Okay. And then last question.
Come to my riding school, www.jimmylewisoffroad.com. We can help you for sure.
There we go. There's the plug I'm looking for.
Right.
Bill Hall, what is Jimmy's setup for the flex bar? The different color rubber pads specifically.
Ooh, good question. Fasst Company, fastco.com. What's the website? I forgot now.
I think it's fastco.com. I'm going to
fastco.com.
If you Google Fasst Flex Bars.
Fasst Flex Bars, yeah.
FAAST.
There we go. It is just fastco.com.
Fastco.com. FASST. Yep.
Yeah.
My setup is always changing. It's always different. It kind of depends on how my wrists are feeling on the bike. So my go-to is red elastomers. I pretty much run red, and then sometimes I run red compression and black rebound, mostly to kind of keep it soft, but to not have very much motion in the bars. But then I've gone all the way down to like the yellows, which are the mushy ones when I want kind of a mushy ride, or I have some stiff forks or something like that. So I kind of change it around depending on the conditions. But pretty much if I just get a set of bars, I throw reds in there.
Have you ever seen a set of fast bars bend?
I've seen ones that have been sent back to Fasst Company.
I have seen some bikes absolutely cartwheel with those things, and they do not bend. I
want to say, so I've been using these things for probably 20 years now. However long they've been around in business, I've been using them. And if I've bent zero, I may have bent one, but I don't really recall. In all those years, and I've had some bikes
the toughest bars out there, right?
Yeah,
unarguably.
I think they're at least one of the toughest. Yeah,
I can't think of anything even close to
I've
them.
worn
It's
parts.
not talked about often, but you buy a set of those, you are done.
Oh, and it's funny because I've seen the ones, like I said, I've been to the shop and I've seen the ones that get sent back to them. I'm like, what happened to this? Because I see that
it fell out
it's
of
like,
the
it's like,
truck.
they said it just tipped over. I'm like,
no,
tipped over a cliff.
No,
yeah. They're strong, and we're not just saying that because they're a new sponsor. Thank you, Cole, for coming on board. Thanks, Matt, for getting that all hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
So red is my kind of go-to, but it's a personal thing.
Is that the stiff one or what? I can't remember right now.
I think it's like the
second
intermediate. It's in the middle because there's blue, yellow, red, and black. And I know black is really stiff, and I think yellow is the mushiest, and then blue is. And I don't use too much blue. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't like blue. Except for my Yamaha.
And Husaberg.
Yeah. Right. Okay. What's next? Let's call Trevor.
Yeah, call Trevor.
Call Trevor real quick. See if he's going to pick up the phone. Probably not. There we go. And I have to let him know he's on because there was somebody in the chat that really wanted to hear about the 250Fs. I was just gonna bang him some questions real quick.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know about the 250s.
But it's past his bedtime. Poor kid. He went riding all day. He should be out cleaning air filters.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
How's the air filter cleaning going, bro?
They are clean.
Trevor Hunter, you're live on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. I know it's past your bedtime, but there was someone that really wanted to hear us talk about off-road 250Fs.
All right, we have one fan.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get one more. So we are in the middle of an off-road 250 shootout. You are, at least.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of, because we don't have all the bikes.
Not yet.
Waiting for what? A gas, right?
That's the last one we're waiting for.
And the gas is going to represent all of the Austrian brands, essentially.
Yep.
So, and that's all you see at the races anymore, right? Everybody's riding gases.
Yeah, no KTM, no Husky, just they all went to red.
Everyone went red, right?
Yep.
Do you notice that? Like guys that are paying for their bikes.
I see a lot of younger people on gases. Whereas the older people tend to gravitate towards the KTM and Huskies factory editions because they got the money to do so.
Okay.
Whereas the younger people, seems like at least they were kind of on a budget, or more of a budget, are going to the cheaper gas or the less expensive gas.
Yeah. And in reality, it's. I don't know that what it's like $700 or $800 is the difference in price for most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I, a lot of the stuff that you're not getting, the stuff they're cutting the costs on, it's I don't really notice the performance difference that much from it in my experience.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really spent much time on a gas, at least not a stock one.
Yep.
But just going off how they look, I think they look the best out of the Austrian brands. So that's got, I don't know.
I like them. I like the silver wheels. I don't know. I kind of like them.
Yeah, some guy told me he liked my black wheels on my bike, and then he pointed out that I only had one.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask you some quick questions. We can't talk about the gas just yet because we don't have it. Which one has the best power? You one word answer.
For me, or who are we talking for?
You can't talk for me. I'll give my answer, but even though I haven't ridden some of them, I know the answer.
I like the Yamaha power.
Yamaha. Okay, I think I agree with that, and from my experience.
Not everyone that's ridden the bikes or that have tried the bikes agree, but for me, I think it seems like a lot of people, the Yamaha is pretty easy to get along with.
Really? Okay, so okay, I'm impressed. So some of the other guys are liking which?
Some just prefer the higher revving bikes.
So the Honda.
Honda, KTM gas.
Yeah, and so
kind of bikes.
And so they'll. Yeah, I was going to say they'll like the KTM as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Handling.
Ooh.
It's all over the place, right?
That's a tough one. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that they're gonna like I'm gonna say that the Honda handling is nice and light and very agile.
I was gonna say the Honda might take the slight lead in my book.
Yeah.
That's we have ridden so far.
And other guys are all over the place.
Yeah. I haven't really. Yeah. They're all different. The Yamaha seems to people that aren't used to riding Yamahas they jump on real quick for 5-10 minutes and don't really like it.
Yes.
But that's one of those bikes where once you spend an hour on it, it just feels normal.
Right.
But
so the Yamaha would feel a little bit heavier. And a little wider. It feels in the beginning it feels a little less. It feels short or tall.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit it in your first impression in that 5 minutes it feels a little bit unstable compared to the other ones. And then like you say, you put time on it and then that all goes away.
Yeah, it kind of you warm up to it pretty quick.
But it is very stable.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very
okay. Yeah. And the suspension.
Honestly, I got to say, they all are very, very good.
And they've all gotten a little bit stiffer, like the motocross influence, which you like because you're like Grand Prix and smacking things.
Yes.
The motocross stiffness is kind of carried over a little bit.
Yeah, I could say I could comfortably race all three bikes I've ridden in stock trim and feel safe.
So Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda. Yep.
Yeah, they're all. For a couple years ago, I probably couldn't really say that, but now they're all like really stiff and more motocrossy, like you said.
Pretty close.
For expert pro level off road racer, Grand Prix racer, they're pretty well set up.
Which is the most motocross, the KX?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably lean towards the KX. But the Yamaha actually got really stiff this year.
Oh.
The Yamaha.
Yes, I read that in your impression that I read that I couldn't figure out. It's like I couldn't tell whether I got the impression that you were confused.
A little bit. It like the front end, the forks felt pretty stiff. Then the shock felt a little softer. So it kind of just didn't feel super balanced. Whereas like the Honda, and then now riding the Cowie today, more so the Honda, because I've spent more time on that. I felt more balanced right out of the box.
Yep.
But the Yamaha's kind of different from what it's been in the past.
Yeah. So. Better for you. Maybe not as good for the GNCC guy or something.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Well, we'll get him out here. I'll put him on a GNCC loop, and we'll figure it all out. More ISD special tests, that kind of stuff, as opposed to you pounding through hoops. That's why I didn't go with you today. Did you pound hoops?
Yeah. There was a couple of hoops out there.
Yeah.
A couple big ones.
Did you see Ricky?
I haven't Supercross triples. No, didn't see Ricky. I saw a group of locals or something, and it really scared me watching them. So I kind of backed her down a little bit. They were some wild cards out there.
You didn't invite them over to ride the test bikes, Trevor? Get a real world opinion?
If they would have stopped, I would have, but they just kept riding. I don't even know if they saw me.
Are they wearing baggy gear? They're LBZs?
Baggy gear, visors down, goggle straps off the helmet, hitting each other.
Yeah. Great. Anyways, well, we're looking forward to getting the first impression of the Cowie's going up pretty quick.
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow.
Okay. And there was, like I said, there was someone in the chat that probably already had to go to bed that wanted to watch this. Matt's coming back to life after my cat molested him, and we gotta wrap the horrible show up. Jimmy's got to get up and go to a real job tomorrow. So we're doing all the things out here. But,
all right.
Hey, well, thanks for checking in, staying up late for us. And then when are we picking up the gas?
Hopefully pretty quick here.
What do we think the gas is going to be? Where's that going to fit in? High revving motor, light feeling, and softest suspension of all of them?
That's my feeling going into it, is all that. And just based on my personal preference and past experiences, I'm not sure how I'll like it.
Yeah, why not? I was alluding to that.
But again, I've had a couple people ride like the Yamaha or the Honda, and they like come from like the KTM and the gas, and they still prefer their bikes over
it's
Japanese bikes.
Yeah, so it's like anything. That's why they make different flavors, and that's why we test them with different test riders that actually have differing opinions, so we can explain them, because it's not what's we'll pick the one that we like the best, and if you don't like the one that I like the best, I'll just strong arm you.
Yep.
Because that's what a good magazine editor does. He makes the bike that he likes the best win. So, okay. Well, thanks for checking in or letting us know what's up, and we will. Will the Honda 250 RX run on pavement at 60 miles an hour for 30 miles or so and be okay? Rich Barrows wants to know this.
That's one test I haven't gotten to yet.
Do you know where you can? So when you come out here, you're going to have to ride all of the bikes for 30 miles on the pavement, because Rich wants to know the answer to that. Hey, Rich, can we just do them wide open on the dry lake bed? Would that make you happy? Because I like going wide open on the dry lake bed and filming it with one hand. And if that, we won't do 30 miles, but I would say yes, it would run for 60 miles an hour for 30 miles on the pavement and be fine.
I would think so too.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a pretty easy durability test. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard on it. It's actually pretty easy on it, because you're not stressing anything but the piston a little bit going up and down. So, okay, Trevor, we will talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Okay. See you. Bye.
See you, Trevor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for questions. That's it for information. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Yuppie Camping wants to know, doing the Desert 100 in the Washington Desert on a 2014 KTM 690 Enduro. Ooh, I'm sorry. Tubeless system with a golden tire. It's a 723 Enduro tires. And my question is, tire pressure too high to take impacts or lower for traction? On the tubeless, the tubeless, no matter what, your inside one is going to be 110 psi, and your outer pressure is the one that you're going to feel while you're riding. And I would run that bike at And I've run those tires on my KTM 950. And I'm trying to remember, they were kind of stiff in the carcass. So on that bike, I would go like 18. And this is something you don't have to worry about the impacts because you're not going to pinch a tube.
There you go.
And that ground up there is kind of sandy, from what I know. So it's not like I'm sure there's some rocks and stuff like that, but unless you slice the sidewall, you can pretty much almost bend the rim and still the new tubeless are actually pretty good about not leaking. I try 18 and the problem is you're kind of trying to find this happy spot between the bike not wallowing and the bike not wallowing, because that's a horrible handling characteristic, and then not being too much pressure to where the tire is actually able to get traction by being able to conform to the ground a little bit. But I will tell you that you would get a lot more traction if you came to my school and you were in balance. That's the key to all the traction. Hey, look for a Paul Neff up there with Cispa Cycles. He'll be probably racing his rally bike up there, and Paul Neff can teach you. CispaCycles.com has off-road training during the summer up in Washington, and he can help you with that traction, and it won't matter what pressure you're running in your tires. So just a little thing. I've hit doubles with 4 PSI in my rear tubeless, but that's also on an XC300. It held up fine and didn't bend anything, but for higher speed, I'd run at least 12. Yeah, Chris, and also on that bike, since it's a heavier bike, like I said, you don't want that wallow that comes with lower pressures. And my experience
is 4 PSI, it's going straight. One thing, it's when you put that thing in a turn where you're gonna hate that thing.
Yeah. Well, and
you're hitting a double straight.
I wouldn't. Yeah, if you're not taking off, like you can actually lean, and with the 4 PSI, the tire's gonna roll.
Oh, it's scary. Yeah, I hate that feeling.
It's sketchy. Yeah. Well, it's like 4 PSI. Okay. With that. Do you have anything else, Jimmy? You have any sponsors you want to plug? Any reads you need to do?
Me?
No. What about somebody needs a door in Las Vegas? Don't look yet.
Yeah, I got lots of competitors. Give them a holler.
We're busy. He's gonna be asleep. He's gonna be asleep at his desk tomorrow because I'm doing this show. But hey, they really liked your comment there about what was the one about the?
Sorry, all the Canadians today.
Yeah,
I'm an American. What am I going to do?
Yeah, we can't help ourselves. So
arrogant American.
Yeah. Hey, if you like the new set, hey, Ryan Hanna, RBH Artworks, did that nice drawing up there. I threw a couple more old vests that I had laying around, some little trinkets and stuff. Like to thank all the sponsors. Yamaha, Scott Sports. Oh, I'm getting some new transition light sensitive lenses here coming pretty soon.
I love those.
Knowles is going to get me hooked back up. Taco Moto, of course, you're sponsoring Rooster Endo. Submit your bikes. We have some openings for next week's show. Not 2 weeks. You get 2 weeks to put them in because I'm taking a week off.
I will probably make a post just asking for Rooster Endo bikes.
Right. Yuppie Camping says thank you. Thank you, Yuppie Camping, for checking in.
Good luck in your race, brother.
Trail Tech, maker of the Voyager Pro GPS unit. You need one of those if you're going to go get lost because it'll show you where you came from. Fasst Company, Costa Rica Unlimited, Climb, and don't forget to check out the Better Rider podcast where you can learn a little bit about our staff and some of our teaching techniques. Use our Amazon links on the website at www.dirtbiketest.com and the Rocky Mountain MC links if you're buying stuff for your bike. So with that, Matt, thanks for surviving the cat attack.
Yeah, no problem.
The cat dander that just did you in.
Well, it was my fault because I invited her on my lap and then
can't turn away a little pussy.
Yeah, and then she and then like that was fine, but then she started sticking around, and then that's when it was like, because I've had her on my lap before and it's been fine.
Yeah,
but normally she gets put right back outside.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be banned from Instagram for the cat butt photo.
Cool.
So, Jimmy, thanks for showing up. Thanks for
happy to be here. Thank you.
Supporting your kid. So everybody, thanks for joining the show. Tell a friend, subscribe, like, do whatever. You throw some thumbs up, thingamajiggers, or however they do it in that social world. And you can find me on OnlyFans at
Husaberg 570.
Yeah, we have to end the show right now. Okay, guys. See you. Cheers. See you out on the trail.